about there. We'll get online. We'll be on. We'll be going momentarily here. So let me see here. I just want to make sure we got the lighting right. Here we go. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be a stronger topic. So, um, but I do want to tackle it because of what happened today. So give me a moment. We're talking about signs of hate. Wow. Or hatred. I mean, it could, this is interchangeable, but I want to get your opinion because of something I saw today. And, when it comes to talking about the president and potentially showing signs of hate, I want to be wrong on this. So I want to have, not get, but have as many folks correct me as they can because I want to be wrong on this. But this is something that came out of President Trump's mouth today during a speak. He was addressing he had a press conference today, and this came out of his mouth. So I want you guys to let me know if I'm getting it wrong, or I mean, what am I hearing? Well, what would lead the president to say what we're going to talk about? So, um, having said that, we are going live in 3, 2, 1. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal, depending on who you ask. Welcome to the program. Wasn't going to go live today. Was not going to go live today, but as usual, you're sitting around working, but during the course of the workday, I'm watching Trump's press conference, and he said something at the very end of his press conference, which inspired me to do this live stream that I had no intentions of doing. Um, just wow. I'll probably end up playing this clip a couple times, but this is indeed something our commander in chief stated today at the very end of his press conference. So if you saw the press conference, when I talk about the very end, you probably know what I'm about to play here. Okay, so I wasn't expecting that to just queue up, but this is President Trump towards the end of his press conference, and wow, this one is a doozy. This one is a doozy. I'll play it for you folks, you guys, and like I said, we'll end up hearing this more than once, but I want to hear your take on this because you see the live stream is titled "Is President Trump Showing Signs of Hate?"
Billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. They came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
A few people were applauding that. That's a pretty strong statement. Now, I missed the first few seconds of it. He started out talking about Somalia. You hear him say Ilhan Omar is garbage. Her friends are garbage. He literally insulted the entire population of the country of Somalia. The entire population says we don't want them in our country. Their country's garbage. Their country stinks. And then he continued on by saying, I could say this about other countries as well. Now, I want you guys to take something into consideration. I'm gonna give you a phrase you often hear, predominantly coming from the right. You may hear folks on the left say this, but predominantly you may also hear this. You predominantly hear this from the right. That phrase is, "We don't mind immigrants, just come here legally." Does what he said measure up to that? I'm going to submit this to you. He don't want you here whether you're legal or not. So I mean, when you listen to the reasons he gave for why he does not want people in this country, those reasons would not change one bit if you come here legally. He does not like you, period. Doesn't matter if you come here legally or illegally. The reasons he gave does not change if your immigration status changes. He does not like a certain group of people. I mean, he made that real clear in the statement. So I'm asking you folks flat out, is President Trump showing signs of hatred? And just yesterday we had a show where we were asking, why do so many people love him? And I did not even intend to go live tonight. But when he said this, it was a jaw dropping moment, and I knew I would have to go live. It was a jaw dropping moment that I had to come talk to you folks to make sure maybe what I'm hearing is not as bad as it sounds. I just want to. We'll play it again for a few folks. Folks are filtering in, and tap the screen, get the likes on up on TikTok, get us up to 10,000. We'll take the first caller at 10,000, but this is only a minute or so long. And just for folks who just came in, and there's a couple hundred of you who have joined on other platforms. I do want you to hear this once again, because you see the live stream is titled, "Is President Trump Showing Signs of Hate?"
And you're going to look at that's. I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too.
Right off, you kind of wonder what other countries is he going to say that about. He says, I could say all of the awful things I'm saying about Somalia, about other countries, plural, countries. So he doesn't just feel this way towards Somalia. He's making it clear he could say this about other countries as well. So he feels this way about several other nations.
I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Couple things here. He's not just talking about preventing new immigrants from coming to the country. He's also talking about kicking the ones that are here out, including those with green cards. That has come up. That they want to reevaluate folks with residency in America, and that could literally spawn off to anything. And I'll give you a reason why I'm saying that.
Media post, the president now threatening to ban people from what he has called third world countries. He's vowing to deport anyone who is, quote, incapable of loving our country or non-compatible with Western civilization. On top of that, Trump directed a U.S. immigration agency to conduct a sweeping review of people with green cards from so-called countries of concern. This all comes on the heels of that D.C. shooting on Wednesday that killed one National Guard troop and severely injured another.
So if he's saying to reevaluate people with green cards or from countries of concern, you already heard how he said about Somalia. You just heard what he had to say about Somalia. He made it clear he don't want them here. So if you are a Somalian and you came here legally, alter ego, appreciate that. James Harper as well supporting the program. Thank you, gentlemen. If you came here legally, this is why I'm making it clear. The whole conversation of we don't hate immigrants, just come here legally. Trump is making that fall apart like a house of cards because it's clear they're going to start targeting people that came here legally. Not only came here legally, but went through the whole process and actually obtained residency. Getting a green card takes a while. That can take years. So we're going to go all the way up to the people that have come here legally, paid all of the money, went through all of the background checks, medical checks and all of that to get a green card and even potentially put some of them out. And last but not least, before we start taking callers, what he is saying is being followed up by the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Like I said, I was not going to do a live today, but this sounds like flat out hate, folks.
Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced she's pursuing an expanded travel ban for people from a wide swath of countries. In a post to X, she said she just met with President Trump and is recommending a full ban on countries she says are flooding the U.S. with, quote, killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. She did not specify which.
Okay, I want to read this here for you folks that cannot see this. This is what Kristi Noem posted on social media. This came in yesterday evening. She says, I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies, whatever the hell that is. Our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and unyielding love of freedom. If you know how the country was created, you would understand why I'm laughing. But he says, our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and the unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans. We don't want them, not one. So pretty clear, this has nothing to do from this point on. Anyone you hear, let no one tell you from this day forward that it's not about hating illegals, it's just come here legally. They're making it as clear as day that coming here legally doesn't mean a damn thing to them. They don't like these people, they want them out, legal or not. So this whole get in line and do it the right way, it's a farce. It's a farce. Just come out and I see in the comments there are some folks like I think Richmond says I support it. Fair enough. You can support hate. I mean, we've always had people in the country that supported hate. That's nothing unusual, but call it out for what it is. This is no longer about getting rid of illegal immigrants. This is about getting rid of immigrants. Period. Getting rid of people you don't like. This is as clear as day. Every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. Now, obviously, they want to get rid of entitlements for immigrants. So if you're an immigrant, you no longer can get anything. Health care, any type of SNAP, any of that stuff. And that's probably going to go well into the green card holders as well. So let's say you came here on a work visa, a few years, a decade ago, whatever the case may be. You had a job, you were sponsored, you ended up going through immigration, getting a green card, and you're now allowed to stay here as a resident. Maybe you lost that job but decided to stay and you're unemployed, maybe getting SNAP or something. That ends. They want you to qualify for nothing. This is probably, at least in my humble opinion, and I want to hear from you folks, this is probably the most inhospitable way to address immigrants I've ever seen from any country that allows immigrants to enter it. Most countries that talk like this, you can't go to. And I think that's what we're on the path of here, is that we want to make America close. I'm going to say this also, because you know the Statue of Liberty has that slogan on it. It would not surprise me if they took that down. It really would not surprise me if they ended up redoing that and taking that down. I mean, it would be appropriate based on what they're saying. It would really be appropriate. Bring us your tired, your weary, your poor. It would really be appropriate to just remove that. So we'll see what happens. But I want to ask you folks right off: do you believe what the president is doing and Christy Nome and the administration is doing? Wow, I hate to say this, but do you believe what they are doing qualifies as showing signs of hate? Signs of hate. It's not about illegal immigration anymore. I think we can make it clear. King Fan, you need King Fan says say that shit. Listen, I want to hear from you folks. Do you believe what we are doing now is showing signs of hate? Looking in the comments says funny shit. Black judge very mad. I don't know where you're going with that. Incapable of loving our country. And see, that's another thing. When Trump said that you're incapable, just listen to the wording. I'll go ahead and start taking calls. Get us up to 15,000 on the likes. I want you to hear this, and I'll go ahead and start taking callers immediately. But when you listen to the way this is worded,
social media posts, the president now threatening to ban people from what he has called third world countries. He's vowing to deport anyone who is, quote, incapable of loving our country or non-compatible with Western civilization.
That could be fucking anybody. Incapable of loving our country or incompatible with Western civilization. We're a Christian-based country, for instance. Maybe being Muslim makes you incapable of being compatible with Western civilization. That is a very general and broad phrase that leaves room to disqualify a hell of a lot of people. A hell of a lot of people. So just understand what we're looking at. Understand what we're looking at. This sounds very, and once again, I don't like using these terms, but this is an uncensored program. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone. Even my beloved MAGA gets to speak. You know how the program works, but this language sounds very Hitler-esque. I mean, it just sounds like you're coming up with reasons not to like people. Whole groups of people at a time. Because he says the Somalians contribute nothing. Every Somalian in Minnesota is not on welfare. They got jobs and everything. I mean, I believe there are town mayors and everything that are of Somalian descent. So he's making it sound like they're just all here mooching off the system, causing harm to America. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the program. Where's JD's wife from? I think she's from India. I think you're asking me where is Vice President Vance's wife from. I think she's from India. They're called Somali or Somalis, not Somalians. Okay, thank you. So you're saying they're called Somalis. All right, fair enough. If you're incapable of agreeing with him, yeah, well, especially African countries, yet he will welcome South Africa. I don't believe he will welcome certain South Africans. Maybe the Afrikaners, but I don't even think that's all that way. Looking in the comments, the Republican candidate for governor in Minnesota doesn't align with Trump's statement. I think there's a whole lot of Americans, even on the right, that don't align with what he said here, but nevertheless, he did say it. Hoodlum. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program, Hoodlum. So tell me this isn't about hate.
It's not. I think that you have to look at, yeah, we're a country of immigrants, but when my great-grandparents came over here, they had to get a sponsor, and they had to not be going on any type of assistance, right? I think it was the Franklin Act, right? 1924. And so I think that when people come over here, it's not the same. Like we already had family member here, and so the family sponsored the people coming over here, and they didn't get any assistance, they didn't get any welfare.
So how do you if you're a refugee, for instance, like what's going on in Ukraine? You know, a lot of them folks fleeing war. They're not going to come with income. So are we now shutting America down permanently to anybody that's a refugee because we don't give you any assistance when you get here?
Well, let me just say this. If you bring third world into this country, you're going to end up as a third world. That's just the way that it works. You look at the UK right now, you look at Europe right now, Germany right now, they're being invaded.
Yeah, but you're not answering you didn't answer the question I asked. Are we shutting America down now for refugees?
Oh yeah, no more refugees. Absolutely not. If you look at Agenda 2030 with the UN, there is a concerted effort and a plan afoot by the World Economic Forum to have immigration of third world countries into first world countries around the world. This isn't isolated to America. It's just that Europe doesn't have a Donald Trump to fight for their country. The UK is being taken over from within, and that is exactly what it would have been happening if we would have had the likes of Harris and that Miss Clinton. We, thanks to Donald Trump, are 8 years put the World Economic Forum and the UN 8 years behind schedule. And thank God for Donald Trump, because without him, this country, you think it's a mess right now? It would be in absolute shambles.
So then you do realize if we go into Venezuela to topple Maduro and there's fighting going on in that country, we're going to be creating refugees. Venezuelans are going to be fleeing that country because they're trying to.
We have no responsibilities to any country, to any immigrant, to any person. This is the land of honey.
Then, but wait. If you don't want them in your country, why are we in theirs?
Well, maybe we should look at the governance that is happening, the narco state that's happening, the fact that the country has been taken over by cartels. And you know what? Let's make America great again. Let's make Venezuela great again.
Wait a minute. Here's where you're confusing me. If you do not want people in your country because they're third world or they're, as you say, Germany's starting to turn into a third world country, why are you going into other countries determining what they can turn into? You don't want them doing it to your country, but it's okay to do it to theirs?
No, it's their governance is the fact that their problem is their governance is not for them, and they don't like it there, and they're doing things that affect our country, like being a narco state and bringing in drugs to this country. And yeah, we're going to go in there because your government is fraudulent, right? And they're criminals. And so
are we going to go into every country that ships drugs into America? Because it's got to be dozens of countries doing that. Are we going to invade? I mean, Mexico, China, Colombia, Peru. Are we going to invade all of those countries because they send drugs here?
That's what it takes.
And we're okay with the loss of life and all of that. For keep in mind, the drugs that are coming into America, nobody is being held down against their will and forced to ingest cocaine or fentanyl. We want that shit. So you're going to go to other countries and demand they stop sending to America what Americans want.
I don't think that a person that is addicted to F drug wants to be in that position. It's a have to at that point. And I would argue that with enforcement comes treatment as well. I think that you're going to see something from the Trump administration giving some type of general benefit for people to have the opportunity to get into to treatment. But you have to deal with the blood of these medications into the country first. That's ultimately
okay. Then I'm
objective number one.
Here's where I'm confused. Then, if it's all about preventing drugs from coming into the country, why did Trump just full pardon one of the biggest drug dealers in the North Americas? Why did he just do that yesterday or the day before?
Mm-hmm. Turn states evidence for other governments in South America that are compromised. He is a key player in that network, and yeah, he got the pardon because he's going to be turning states evidence on these other governments that are doing the same.
So where's
It's
he
pretty
going to?
simple.
Well, I haven't heard that. Where is he going to be living at? Is he going to be living in America?
I don't know.
I have not.
I haven't heard.
Where have you heard that he's going to turn states evidence? Where are you getting that from?
Well, it's common sense.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, Jazane Maxwell is in minimum security. I haven't heard that she's going to be state's evidence. He greatly improved her life as well. Is she state's evidence too?
That's the reason why you saw all kinds of activity and government raids about rugs and about trafficking and about rescuing these children. Like, all of that happened after Todd Blanche's interview with her. See, here's the thing. Like, we have to think about these issues from the 1,000-foot perspective. Everyone just wants to, like, get all dirty in the noise, right? And talk about the surface level, this and that. Like, we're at 1,000 feet. We're like 18 moves ahead of the narrative of the news media. It's common sense. Why would you pardon somebody that level?
Well, wait a minute. Well, you're saying is common sense. There are so many things that the Trump administration is doing that people refer to as unprecedented. I don't think you can just automatically assume anything is about common sense. If you don't have evidence or they don't tell you this is what's going on, you can't just attribute stuff based on what is common sense. Because remember, Hegseth denied the double tap took place just a few days ago. Now he's calling the guy who done it a hero. He went from saying it didn't happen to now claiming the guy that did it as a hero. There's no common sense in that whatsoever.
Actually, that's just the noise that I'm referring to. Like, do you not remember that we boomed a wedding in Afghanistan for the leaders of the
Did we
Taliban?
televise it?
Yeah, we actually got to watch a video of it. You don't remember these things?
I don't remember seeing a
wedding. These are the things that Americans don't seem to remember has happened in previous administrations. Okay, so like when you're deemed a T group, like that changes the rules of engagements by a lot. Okay?
What is the definition of a terrorist? I don't get it, because 2 or 3 people on a small vessel out at sea, how do they get put in the same category as ISIS and Al Qaeda? That makes sense. I don't see how they're terrorizing anybody. They're bringing something to America that the Americans are waiting to pay for when it arrives. How are they being deemed as a T group?
So you have the full weight and intelligence apparatus of the United States military at your doorstep, and we know every move that these individuals make. We have satellites in space that can know what color your eyes are.
But yet we can't identify weapons of mass destruction. But yet we can't. But yet we cannot identify weapons of mass destruction. Those same satellites existed then, and we got that so wrong. Over 1 million people died. So what are you saying?
I think that you're bringing up that point is obfuscating the fact that we have technology that is being used. We have the intelligence, but the American people have never been given the type of intelligence that you're asking for, and you're not going to get it. You might get it in a decade, but it ain't going to be today.
Well, but I get that certain things are confidential. And in fact, in my opinion, I think your point would be far stronger if Trump did not put photo, or better yet, video after video of these people being blown up in these boats on television and declassified. He could have just as well said, we stopped some narcos from entering America. You don't need to show them dying. That's where people are asking all the questions, because what they're seeing doesn't measure up to what they're being told, but they didn't need to see that. He only put those videos on TV to brag about it. So he kind of made his own mess. He didn't have to show that to people. Once you see the size of the boat and all that, like, this doesn't measure what he's saying. He didn't have to show you.
I think that it's more of a message. And the message is, just like Donald Trump said when he was asked about the boats, he said, well, they decided to get on that boat, and we know what those boats are doing, and they're dead now.
What is the message, though?
dead. And the message is that the United States is no longer going to be playing by the same set of rules. We have designated Trinidad as a T group. We named just here last week another cartel a T group. And if you think that we don't have operations in Mexico and Peru and Colombia going right now, you would be lying to yourself, because we do.
Yeah.
We have
my guess is by the time he's done, we're going to be down to designating the Crips and Bloods as a T group. I mean, he's on I really believe that. He's going, Trinidad Agua, MS-13. Now he's going with the cartel. I mean, he's going to just keep naming groups he don't like T groups because it gives him additional powers. Before you know, we can now blow up homes in the middle of Los Angeles because there's a bunch of T's in that house. There are a bunch of Crips in that home or something like that. So it does give him a lot of leeway to just justify people, to just designate people as T groups. I don't see how these people in this boat are terrorizing anyone. I really don't. I mean, like I said, they're bringing products to this country that Americans want to buy. People are waiting for that shit. So I don't see how they're being designated as, committing acts of terror whatsoever.
So do you remember the opioid issue in China with the Indian Trading Company?
Okay.
In history, right?
Okay, yeah.
You recall in history? And the government was overthrown, and the new government kicked out the Indian Trading Company, kicked out the British, and said, don't come back. Don't ever come back. Okay. And essentially it was because of the fact that company, that nation, was poisoning the citizens of that country with the H drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is essentially what China is doing to America today. It's like China's revenge, but instead of with the H, it's with the F. Medicine.
So why aren't we going to China to go? I mean, they're producing more of it than Venezuela. Then do we invade China next?
No. We just made a deal with China, and they're going to, and made it very clear as part of our negotiation for a trade deal, that they need to stop with the precursors, stop with the transportation and the manufacturing to these third
Why
world
didn't they
countries.
do that to Venezuela? Why didn't they try to make some kind of negotiation with them as opposed to just skipping straight to killing people?
We've been in negotiation, and the president of that country failed to take the deal, and now all of a sudden,
wait! What deal was offered? Because I'm under the impression that Trump doesn't even think the guy's a legitimate president. You're telling me he tried to negotiate with him?
Surrender.
What?
Surrender or else. We don't negotiate.
That's not a that's not a deal. In other words, let us take you over, or we're gonna kill you.
Surrendered. You didn't see the video? He surrendered. And you know what? He was trying to escape to Cuba, and that's exactly why Donald Trump closed the airspace.
You said Maduro surrendered?
Yes, he did.
So where's he at now?
TikTok right now.
So where's he at now?
I would imagine he's working out a deal with the United States government, because he is going. Unalived or not,
I am not
going.
So who's in charge in Venezuela? Is it us? I haven't heard this.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you can't have a narco state that's working with countries like Colombia, Peru, and others that are effectually a narco state.
Was it in I understand what you're saying. Was there some kind of official press release? Where have you heard that Maduro surrendered to America?
Yeah, he made a video. He said that he surrenders and he wants peace. He doesn't want war.
Maduro himself made a video surrendering.
Correct.
And what was America's response?
It hasn't been publicly responded to.
So in other words, this is not official whatsoever. This may be a nothing burger.
The video was made. I watched it this morning.
You sure you haven't watched some AI shit, man?
No, it's not an AI.
I just went on Google and typed in Maduro surrenders. Nothing came up saying that.
Put in Maduro surrender video.
No, you shouldn't need the video. You should just say Maduro surrenders. The video may be AI. the video may not be. Where are the articles that were written on it? I haven't seen anybody suggesting that this is true. The video may just be AI.
24 hours ago. It happened less than 24 hours ago.
And nobody, something as major as that, nobody's covered it. I don't see a single news.
Yeah, so he closed the airspace, 48 hours ago.
Okay.
Maduro tried to flee to Cuba because they don't have an extradition to the United States. We blocked the plane that was supposed to pick him up because we closed the airspace, and he realized that there was no escape. Yeah. So he surrendered.
Okay, well, I know Trump talked about closing the airspace, and I think the world is listening to that, but I think your statement about Maduro surrendering is flat out false. That didn't happen. I don't know what kind of video you've seen, but clearly nobody's covering it in the media, so that is not authentic. Fox News hasn't covered it. I haven't seen anybody cover that. So if Maduro just made a video, Trump held a 2-hour press conference today. He would have absolutely said something about that if that was valid. He didn't even say nothing about it. So that surrender video, you can file that under the category of trash. That's not so. But you're okay with banning all third world countries?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Like I said, there is a concerted effort to bring third world refugees into first world countries, and it's not to make first world countries better. I'm going to tell you that much right now.
Do you think any third world countries may have gotten that way due to American or Western exploitation and interference?
No, I'm not into this apologist.
I'm asking a question. I'm not asking you to apologize. I'm asking a question. Do you think it's possible that any of these third world countries may have gotten in such despair due to Western or American influence? It's just a question. You don't have to apologize at all.
These countries are shitholes because their government is corrupt. Let's just be honest about it. Okay?
No, any chance their government was corrupted by America? For instance, if we get rid of Maduro and we put in one of our own Western-friendly leaders, if that country remains impoverished, you're talking about Venezuela, how is that not America's fault?
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, who's responsible for making America great? Is it another country?
No.
Or is it our responsibility, right?
It's our responsibility. Unless another nation, if another nation of more military might, hang on, I'll give you time to respond. If another more powerful nation took over our country, installed leaders that were friendlier to their country, maybe America would not have the ability to make itself great. If somebody else is stronger and interfering with our politics, you got last word on you. Go ahead.
Well, that's already happened. It was called the Revolution of the America, which created this country that we have today. And I would argue that if Venezuela wants to be great, then they need to overthrow their oppressors just like we did, right? Like America is great because we didn't put up with our handlers, the English crown, right? And neither do they. And same thing what's happening right now with the millennials in Mexico rising up to fight the cartel. Let's make the citizens of Mexico ensure that Mexico is great again, because nobody's coming to save them. And nobody's coming to save America except for the citizens of those countries. And we are fighting. We are being attacked at multiple different levels. And we as American citizens are saying no more. We're fighting back, and we're going to keep our country. And if you don't like it, tough shit.
All right. Appreciate you coming in, Hoodlum. We talked before, have we not?
Yes.
All right.
And I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I thank you for letting me come up today and talk with you.
We don't agree, but anytime. My door's always open. We don't have to agree. You're always welcome to come back, Hoodlum. Thank you.
All right. Bless you.
You too. All right, moving on with the program. My last caller drove my comment section nuts. Nevertheless, this is uncensored programming. What do we say all the time? Everyone can speak. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone. We are MAGA friendly. We've always been that way. We will remain that way. Nevertheless, me personally, my assertion is what Trump is doing is hateful. Obviously, my last caller and maybe future callers will disagree, but I want to be corrected on this because it looks like hate to me. It looks like hate to me to ban countries. as a whole. I see hoodlum everywhere, says BC 2239. Well, we're glad to have him here too. We'll go ahead and continue on. All the words, but never would be the one to back them. That caller. Seems like Russia already did that. Well, I know what you said about Russia, but ask him if he's okay with South African whites. I didn't get a chance to. I just seen that comment. SGB. I wish I had saw that. I would have certainly brought that up. I am North American living in North Africa. It might if you are North America. I am North American. I am North America living in North Africa. Well, big difference between being North American, because you could be Canadian as well or something else, as opposed to being American. But listen, I'm just going to say, in my opinion, if you are an American living abroad, you need to come home. I mean, the way we treating people, particularly if you live in developing countries or something like that, you need to come home. We're going to start pissing people off overseas. People are going to, certainly when they see some of their own people coming back, you probably need to come home if you're living overseas. My guess is you're going to start seeing people overseas taking revenge out on gringos and things like that and expats. Let me go back to the bots. Dencal. Appreciate the support. Dencal, good afternoon. Now, I'm going to assume you may have a...
Good afternoon.
Hey.
Is it a good afternoon? Shit.
Did you hear something you disagree with?
Man, that last caller, man, shoot.
What did you hear that you disagree with?
Sometimes when I'm just going around in my daily life and I just see people, I just think about people like your last caller, and to think like people with that mindset are literally walking around us every day. Those are the supervisors on our job sites, places. Those are the people that work at the police station. They're judges. Their fathers are judges, and they're Congress people, and this is the way they think about others in this country. And they say ours. Everything is theirs.
Yeah. When you say their fathers are judges and Congress people and things like that, imagine a Somalian having to go before the bench and that person being the judge. I mean, probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah. Imagine all of those people who were intentionally brought to Minnesota for the reason of saving some of their biggest cities because they had a lack of labor in those places. Those people came there. They may have started out on some type of aid initially, but all of those people got good paying jobs. They opened restaurants. They had businesses. They were starting to become a thriving little city. He just said all of them were pieces of shit. That's what he said.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, like, because you hear the statement all the time. We don't have a problem with immigration, just come legally. Obviously, that's not true. Now, I'm saying it looks like this is hate. Do you see it? Am I wrong in saying this? Because to me, it looks like this amounts to a bunch of hate.
Yes, and the moment you say he's starting to sound like Schmittler, they say, "Oh, you can't say that. You can't call him that because that's going to cause dissent. That's going to cause division." What exactly is he doing? First of all, he's fucking half asleep through the whole damn conference. When he finally gets a chance to speak, all he can say is, somebody asked him yesterday about Afghanistan, and he just brings up Somalia out of the clear blue. Yeah. They're like, "Why are you talking about Somalia?" Because I don't want them here. The President of the United States is saying what he doesn't want, as if he is the conscience of this country. We are a country of immigrants, and I don't care if they take that shit off the Statue of Liberty or if the President of the United States says that shit. We are a better country because of the immigrants that have come here.
How about this, though? Doreen on YouTube says, we don't hate them. We just love Americans. Does that make sense?
No, they don't. Like, Americans are immigrants. You can't have one without the other. Like, what is an American?
Yeah.
What is an American?
Just about all Americans came from somewhere else. They have an ancestry from
Right.
somewhere else. So.
Right. If they wanted to be honest about what they really build, they should say we just want white people here. If they really wanted to be honest about what they're saying. But they have in their heads, they believe that them as white people are inherently Americans and everybody else is just a visitor.
Wow. I've been defending Trump for a long time. My liberals have been hating me for doing it. I can't defend this. And like I said, I was not even going to go live today until I heard him say this. Referred to Somalians as garbage, saying their country stinks, and he wants them out in several other countries. So I don't.
And they're talking about Somalians here are complaining. I ain't heard a Somali say shit about nothing. They minding their own fucking business.
Well, you're probably also not in a heavily Somali based area. I mean, I assume in Minneapolis, because if Ilhan Omar is complaining, and I think the mayor of one of those towns over there is Somalian, they have been. What they're complaining about is the Trump administration. They're not complaining about the country. But if you complain about Trump, Trump's going to say you complaining about America.
Right, but I'm saying the moment he says something out of his mouth, these MAGA nutballs automatically they ingest the shit and they make it seem like that's the way they always felt. When I have never heard these same arguments from these people. Hell, even the racists wouldn't say this shit that they saying out loud. All third world countries don't need to come here. America been abusing third world country from the beginning of fucking time.
Well, he did. When you say even the racists wouldn't say it, he did preface his statement by saying, "I'm going to say what everybody else don't want to say." So he made it clear. And this is why some people, some of my liberals, often say that Trump says what they feel out loud, and that's exactly what he was saying, is that I'm going to say it because a lot of people don't want to say this, and he went ahead and proceeded to say what he said. But Doreen says he's doing what the people who voted for him wanted to do, and no, I believe there's a right way and a wrong way to come into this country, just like every country in the world. But if you listen to what he says, I'll let you give you plenty of time, Denkel, but I do want to play this for folks that may have not heard this again, because this goes in concert with people talking about coming here to the right way and the wrong way. I really think that statement now, based on what Trump said, is problematic.
I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars. And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Now notice he didn't say nothing about them coming in the wrong way. He has complaints. He says their country stinks and things like that. Has nothing to do with how even if you come here legally, everything he is saying, he's still going to believe it. Coming here legally versus illegally is not going to change anything he's complaining about. So you can't come here the right way and escape how he feels. Do you not see that as well, Denkel?
Look, I see it all. I see all of the contradictions, all of the hypocrisy. He's talking about people ripping us off when he's damn pardoned. I could go through and list all of the billionaires that he has pardoned who have ripped off the country of billions and billions of dollars that he has just said, you get to get out of prison because I think Biden, was
mistreated you.
Like, there's no way we can have this conversation. I told you this yesterday. Like, when you having a conversation with somebody or you want to have a debate, you have to both come from an understanding of what's reality and what's not. Just because he gets up there and says, hey, these people, and when he say these people are murdering and killing, one dude from Afghanistan that was trained by our CIA and was helping save American lives, and a traitor basically to his own country for all of those years, came over here fucked up in the head from PTSD and who knows what, and he goes crazy. Now he's saying Afghans? Just like I told you the other day, when the two white guys gonna go to Haiti and kill all of the black men and rape all of the women, nobody says, well, white men, you know what I'm saying? Well, white men, they a hazard to our country. I can open up and show you about 15 to 20 dang on sexual assault, great cases and all of that shit that have been committed in America in the last week.
Yes.
And nobody says, well, look at the white guys. What's going on with them? Who raised them?
I think it's pretty clear at this point that what this Afghan national did by shooting those 2 National Guardsmen, they decided that is the perfect time to use what happened as a reason to basically exercise the agenda they already wanted to do.
They already because they already got the countries written down that they want to block off whatever. Like nobody ever. When in American history have we said other countries are doing bad, so fuck them? So fuck them.
Wow. And the crazy thing is most of the folks that are favoring what Trump did identifies as God-fearing Christians. That doesn't make sense to me. That does not make sense. You're gonna turn down the poorest people on earth while calling us. This is one of the reasons why I say all the time I'm not a big fan of Christianity anymore, because I just see so much heinous, horrible stuff from Christians. These are the people that call themselves Christian.
Yeah, I got I'm gonna say an acquaintance of mine because I can't call him a buddy, but we served on, at one command together, and we kept in touch over time through like Facebook, and so I have conversations with him, and he's MAGA, but he doesn't admit it. He won't say I'm MAGA.
They tell me I'm MAGA and I won't admit it.
Right. But I asked him because I want to try to get a better understanding of how these people who call themselves Christian also follow the same ideology that's going on right now, or even back in the day. I asked him about slavery, and he said, well, if you were a racist, then you couldn't possibly be Christian. And I said, wow.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because all of these people out here running around talking about how they don't, now he talking about Somalian, like, we could just say black people. We don't want to, but we could, because that's what he's basically saying. People of color, third world countries are all considered black countries, but he said we need more people like Denmark and Norway, and they bring it on the Afrikaners and all of that shit. So I'm saying, like, so you saying all of these people running around in MAGA saying that they Christian aren't really Christians.
Yeah.
But he couldn't go that far because it would destroy everything that we've talked about when he's saying that he believes the same shit that these people do, but he's a Christian. Yeah, so I'm like, the hypocrisy is so strong that how can I have a legitimate conversation when I can't even like state simple facts?
Yeah. To me, it's making Christians look like a hate group, to be honest with you. So I mean, so what is the future? We just start going around rounding up and deporting green card holders now? Because that is clearly what Trump is saying here, is that we're going to start looking into green card holders. So people who came here the right way went through the entire process that could have lasted years. It takes a long time to get a green card. Now they're talking about getting deported. So I mean, what is this? Just a reshaping of America entirely?
Well, I know it's an attempt. I know that there seems to be this understanding that this country belongs to a certain group of people, and what I do know about the other groups of people is other groups of people stand together. Other groups of people stand together. If they think that they're just going to be able to just wave a wand and say, they're talking about denaturalization and shit. Now, imagine if we would have been talking about this shit before he came in office, and we would have said, man, he going to try to take away people's green card. You
would have been fear-mongering. They would have said you're fear-mongering.
You would have been called fear-mongering, and, Trump would never do nothing like that.
I don't see how this is any different than Hitler blaming Poland for starting the war when they didn't, just finding a reason to attack Poland or kicking out the Jews. I don't see any difference. I mean, you're making up reasons to do what you literally already wanted to do. And it's awful what you wanted to do. To me, it sounds very Hitler-esque what he's doing. Now, in the comments, Draco says 42.4% of Somalians are on Snap, 45.6% of Afghans are on Snap, 34% of Iraqis are on Snap. Well, Trump is talking about getting rid of 100% of Somalians, 100% of Afghans, and 100% of Iraqis. So even the ones that are not on Snap, he's talking about getting rid of. But you hear them, they're starting to look at the percentages of them that are receiving some kind of assistance now. So it seems like
why don't they look at the percentage of white people on Snap then?
It's their country.
Let's talk about where they come from and let's send them back to wherever the hell they from. Or matter of fact, let's just send them to a random country like they doing to other immigrants. Let's just find out who on Snap, and then whatever their cultural group is, we need to figure out where in the damn world they came from and send their ass back.
But it's okay. It's okay for whites to receive SNAP. I think it's what you said earlier. I'm being honest. I think you hit it on the head earlier. Is that they believe that whites are Americans. All the rest of these people qualify as others. Therefore, it's okay if Americans get assistance. The rest of these people should not be getting it. I think it's a matter of them versus us versus the others.
Well, I tell them right now that black people are more indigenous to this country than anybody else except for Native Americans.
We're becoming others, Cal.
We say what?
We're becoming others.
Yeah, but see the thing about us, and well, I can't speak for all of us, but they're gonna have a hard time motherfucking putting us out, and it's gonna be over my dead body because even my mother is sending me stuff about other countries and how to get dual citizenship and all of this shit. And I said, look, this is where I was born. This is where my father was born. My grandfather was born. My great grandfather, the one before him, came over in the ship. I ain't going no motherfucking where.
You don't have to go anywhere. I think they would be okay with the over your dead body part of it. But just keep in mind. I mean, because we all fit the narrative. I pretty much got the ancestry that you're talking about as well. But I don't think they would have a problem with the over your dead body comment. I mean, they don't have a problem with the Hispanics. If you don't want to leave, then we'll go ahead and bestow violence upon you one way or another. You getting out of here.
But like I said, they don't necessarily stick together, and we do when it comes to, our mortality. So I'll leave that alone. I just want to touch on a couple quick things before I go. They got Hegseth on video in 2016 at a conference saying the military will not follow illegal orders. So let that sink in. Let that sink in for a second. The person that Trump said should be convicted of treason and hung, his guy is on tape doing the same thing those people in that video were saying, that they won't follow illegal orders. That's one thing. And the last thing I want to say is about your last guy who was talking about the drug dealers that come, that send stuff into the country, and like we need to attack them, and we need to give. What do you say? We need to have programs and stuff for the people that's addicted in this country, right. Which was a complete crock of shit. Because wasn't nobody talking about that when we had the crack epidemic. True. Wasn't nobody talking about treatment centers or doing shit. They started the war on crime and locked everybody up all the way down to 12-year-old runners in the street. So I don't want to hear nothing about that. But I compare what he said to the same thing, just like prostitutes and Johns. When they catch a prostitute and a John, who gets in trouble? Both of them, right? Yeah. You can't just be saying, well, just the prostitute should get in trouble because she's bringing a service to market. The John, the person that's purchasing it, he gets in trouble too. He doesn't get a reprieve and say, Well, look,
He shouldn't, but I say the same thing when it comes to illegal immigrants working. They go after the immigrants. They rarely punish the employers. They rarely do. Yeah, so we obviously got a bullseye on the back of immigrants. We want to punish them more than we want to punish anybody else, and the proof is in the pudding. Then, Cal, I do got to move it on. This is horrible, man.
I would just tell everybody, these non-Americans, strap up.
This is horrible. 3 more years. I got to go. All right, by the way, tap the screen, folks. Get the likes on up to, we can make 55, but at 60,000. Tap the screen. There's enough for you guys in here. Show the program some love. Let your thumbs not be lazy. In the comments real quick, what does this say? We have taken in the world's losers, says Robert Kennedy. The thing about it is, Robert, every country, every first world country takes in people. Not only every first world country, every second and developing country also has an immigration issue. I always bring up how I used to live in Australia. They had Fijians, Samoans, Papua New Guinea. They had people from Africa like Somalians in their country as well. Every first world country has an illegal immigration and an immigration problem. Everybody wants to go to first world countries. But most of the third world countries we talk about, they have American or Western influence in their country. Some of the poorest countries on earth have resources that have been exploited by westernized countries. So a lot of them third world countries, they're not just third world for no reason at all. Oftentimes it's because of our interference or Western interference. So we go over there and tear their country up and then tell them that fucked up place you live in, that's your responsibility now. But that's what it normally is. We go find the guy who's in charge, throw him a few trinkets or something shiny, get him to sell out his whole country, and then we just gut it for what we want out of it. And then when the people that are powerless in that country ask for help, we tell them to fuck off. Good old Christian mentality. Tap the screen. I'll take the next caller at 35. Looking in the comments real quick here. Trump's immigration rhetoric debate his policy. Real quick, I want to play this because Trump ain't the only one saying this. His Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, is in on this as well. And my guess is she probably got permission, but it's right out of his own playbook.
Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced she's pursuing an expanded travel ban for people from a wide swath of countries. In a post to X, she said she just met with President Trump and is recommending.
Now, I'm stopping here because I do want to read this once again. There's a whole lot of new callers, new viewers in here. She said, this was yesterday evening. I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. I don't know what leeches and entitlement junkies. Wow. It just oozes hatred. But she says, I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. Our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans. We don't want them, not one. To me, when you look at how this nation was founded, we literally were the people she's complaining about. We literally were the people she's complaining about. We came here and did all of the shit that she's now. This is, like I said, it just oozes hatred. But looking in the comments, that means 7 out of every 10 people think Trump sucks. Well, Trump's poll numbers are very low. This what they're doing now, banning all third world countries, because there's a whole lot of people in America that can legally vote that are descendants of you're attacking a whole bunch of countries simultaneously now. I think this is going to probably, maybe I'm overstating this, but in my opinion, the antics of the Trump administration is probably going to set the Republican Party back so far with black and brown people that they're probably going to start calling it a different name. You know, if you have a club in the neighborhood or a bar in the neighborhood that always gets in fights, the only way it can stay open is they change the name of the bar. This place always has fights in it. So either new ownership or they change the name because the old name is associated with so much riffraff. That happens in most cities. You change the name of the bar because it was just no. That establishment was known for all kinds of bad shit. Think Value Jet. Remember Value Jet? Just became associated with airline crashes. They had to change the name of it. I really think that if this stuff keeps happening, that's what's likely to take place with the Republican Party under President Trump. Is he's going to hurt it so bad, they're going to have to call it something else going forward because Republican is going to be so synonymous with all of the stuff that he's doing now. I mean, don't vote Republican because back in 2025 they did this, or they voted in a guy that did that, or he's on record saying this. I really believe that he is putting scars on the Republican Party that will last long after he is gone. Long after he's gone. Looking in the comments, Ireland, Vietnam, Mexico, El Salvador. What did you say about these? We could go on and on. They are eliminating the blacks and browns. It won't matter if they get whole plan. And that's, well, so what you're suggesting is, what you're stating is, one of my viewers is saying is, it won't matter how blacks or brown people feel about the Trump administration because they're going to get rid of them. They're going to get rid of them. Most of them will be gone. So you don't have to worry about them voting against the Trump administration because most of them will be gone. That is very Hitler-esque. That is very Hitler-esque. I mean, after the era of the Third Reich, there was very few Jews living in Germany. And as very few Jews have continued living in Germany since that era. There was a lot of Jews in Germany before the Third Reich took power. That could happen if we keep doing this. Whereas after the Trump administration, significantly less minorities or people of color live in the United States. Just make it so inhospitable towards them that people flee. That's what happened with the Jewish community. Just make it so inhospitable that people flee out of fear. And I see in the comments, Emma says, that's BS. Well, I'm just telling you, he's banning all third world countries. I mean, some of the stuff he is saying is certainly not sounding very loving and hospitable. And listen, I'll go to the next caller, but like my last caller said, if anyone on the left had predicted most of the stuff that Trump is doing now, they would have been referred to as a liberal fearmonger. If you vote Trump in, he's going to kick everybody in the country from third world people out. If you vote Trump in, he's going to even start going after green card holders. It ain't just going to be about illegal immigration. He's going to be going at the green. You would have been called a liberal fearmonger for most of this stuff. But it is actually happening now. And I'll tell you one thing, the more we keep talking about it, talking about what may happen, the next step and the next step and the next step, the right still says all of that stuff is fear-mongering. But then when it happens, they change from fear-mongering to that's what we voted for. Keep that in mind. Let me go back to the box. We'll go to the next caller, which is James Harper. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. I think I hit something else here. Wait a minute. I'll go back. You must have the emptiest life in the world. Blah, blah, blah. The hate that comes out of your mouth, says Looking Horse. Looking Horse, I appreciate you tuning in. My life's not empty, Looking Horse, because you're here with me. You make my life whole. You complete the non-racist half of me. I need that in my life. Thank you, Looking Horse. Let me go back to the box. My last caller did not come up. We'll move it on to Mike. Good evening, Mike. I don't know why y'all worried about Trump. He's almost 80 and all he eats is red meat and Coke. He won't be around much longer. Well, it doesn't matter if, listen, there are people who have been morally wounded, took a round to the chest and still got off a shot that hurt somebody. He's not dead yet. So it doesn't matter that he's 80. He is still a significant power. Mike, good evening.
What's up, Tim?
I don't know, man. I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
I see the racists are out today. Can I fact check and correct some bullshit today? Now, first of all, Tim, you got to let me go because I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Everything that Hoodlum said is exactly what I was telling your ass yesterday. These racist, bigot motherfuckers want this cruelty. They haven't provided any source of shown any level of humanity. None of them. Let me fact check some shit real quick. First of all, that video that Hoodlum was talking about, by the way, Hoodlum's always wrong. That video he put up was AI.
Yeah.
That video he put up was AI. The funny part about it, not only was it AI, Mondura did put a video out. And the video is him standing firm on his position that he ain't going no fucking where. Now, I know you tried to Google that other video, but if you Google what I just said, you'll see 6 or 7 different outlets showing the video where he's standing firm that he's not going any fucking where.
I mean, listen, if Maduro...
A full ban on countries she says are flooding the U.S. with, quote...
If Maduro surrenders, he faces incarceration. Why would he surrender? He has nothing to gain by surrendering to America. He could be incarcerated or anything.
I understand. A lot of your viewers understand, but these racists, and I'm watching the comments, they're just repeating this shit as if it's fact. Another thing that one of your viewers said in the comments, Somalians and immigrants are not 42% of SNAP benefits. Ain't it even fucking close? It's white U.S.-born citizens that get the majority.
No. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant that 42% of Somalians receive.
I know. That's bullshit. All immigrants combined are 10 and 11% total.
Wait a minute. I still don't think you understand what I'm saying. If there are 10, what he's saying, if there's 10,000 Somalians in Minnesota, 42% of that 10,000 are receiving SNAP, is what he's saying.
These people are full of shit. And here's the thing, Tim. If you Google that right now, you're going to get an immediate fact check that says this has widely been debunked. Been debunked. This is the problem with this propaganda bullshit. They love to just recite this shit because it makes them feel better about themselves. It makes them feel like they somehow feel good about their racism and hatred.
I'll tell you something. There must be a lot of people that believe they're on welfare, receiving SNAP or something like that, because I just simply got on Google and typed in the words, what % of Somalis? And Google was offering to finish off in Minnesota are on welfare. So Google knew I was about to ask about Somalis on welfare. That's how many people must be typing that in right now.
Yes, because when he says it, a lot of them just go, well, he said it, so it's true. The cult members. Some people go to look it up and realize, but a lot of them know it and won't say shit, Tim. See, this goes back to the inception of this country. There were people that did harm and there were people that stood by and watched it. It's the same fucking thing. We're no different. Listen, when Hoodlum was talking about the cartels, the U.S. government created all of them fucking cartels. Every last one of them, the U.S. government created them motherfuckers. Now we want to demonize something we created. Every country he called a third world country was colonized by white folks. They tore it up, they took the resources and left them, and then want to call it pieces of shit? Think about what I just said.
Yeah, but I got to tell you something. While we're talking, I haven't seen anything that disputes 42% or whatever Somalians are on welfare. I haven't seen. I mean, it's looking like that may actually be true there, Mike. I'm not seeing anything that's disputing that. I'm actually Googling it while you're talking, and it does suggest that it's in the U.S. one report doesn't tell you what to report. 42.4% of recipients. That's an AI. But I'm looking through it. I don't see anything that's saying like Snopes fact check or any of that. So
I literally just had it. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. But go. Wait, let's keep talking about this.
Yeah, the culture care connection. I don't know what that is, but it says 34% of Somalis in Minnesota do not have a high school diploma. I don't know. I think it might be accurate. It may actually be accurate.
Hold on. Let me find.
I haven't seen anything that's suggesting that statement that caller made or that viewer in the comments made was inaccurate. I mean, I still don't think it's a reason to hate on them, though. I mean, if you're coming from a third world country, it is going to take time to assimilate and get a job in America. I mean, you can't. What we're doing now is starting to demand that all immigrants that come to this country be financially capable of hitting the ground running. So that would eliminate asylum seekers and refugees completely because they're not going to have those resources. You got to already have. I mean, that would pretty much narrow it down to nothing but first world, probably mostly white people.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. I actually got it right here. So hold on. Let me bring. So let me tell you what they're reading, Tim. Let me tell you what these idiots. I'm going to show you because I like to do my shit. This is the numbers and the shit that they've been looking at. This is something that somebody put out there, and that's why they're going. Who's getting their EBT? You see this?
Yeah.
You see this?
By ethnicity. Well, the Afghanis left a war zone. I mean, they only left the war zone a few years ago. It should be expected that most of them are getting assistance. You expected an Afghani to come to America with his own money?
It says U.S. households, Tim. Not just the percentage of U.S. households receiving SNAP benefits. That's just all people. They're trying to say percentage of U.S. households. These people are getting this many benefits, right? But when you go look at the numbers, it's not even close. It's not even close. And again, if you're talking about a region, I haven't looked that up yet. If you're talking about a state, I haven't looked that up yet. Okay. But you're talking about the nation? Come on, Tim. This shit's not even close to being accurate. But again, I'm gonna go look it up.
By the way, Draco wants me to ask you how you like the big beautiful stadium Trump is going to get in DC. Is he officially getting that?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about that shit. They give a fuck about that shit. I don't. You know what I care about, Tim? You can put yourself back.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that now.
I care about, and Finn actually has numbers too when he comes up. I'll tell you what I care about is humanity or lack thereof. What I care about is these people excusing poor behavior. What I care about is that Trump will do something in his right hand that they'll love and then turn around and simultaneously be a hypocrite and do the complete opposite, and they want ownership of both. They want to deem both to be accurate, right? Like we don't want drug cartels here. We want the drugs gone, but we're going to free narcos along the way.
Something. I've said this before. It makes sense to me. To me, Trump is kind of like, I always say this, it's kind of like watching your favorite team win a championship. I'm a Bears fan. The Bears are winning a hell of a lot of games right now. When I see the Bears win, I feel happy. Does it change my life at all? No. I still got to go to work tomorrow. I still got to work a job. I still got to pay for bills. I don't get any benefit at all in my life other than the psychological benefit of watching the Chicago Bears win football games. That's what MAGA feels with President Trump. Any victory Trump has over the liberals, it don't matter if they're completely flat, dead, broke, poor. But watching him get those victories makes it feel like they're winning too. Like when the Bears win a game, I say, we won that game. We won last week. I didn't win shit. I didn't win anything. But it makes me feel connected to him. I think that's what it is they feel like with Trump's victories, him escaping 34 felonies, and all, they're winning. In reality, they're not getting anything. They still got to do 2 jobs to make it. They still got to pay high grocery bills and all of that. But they feel like they're connected to him. Him watching liberal tears, I guess, or whatever the hell it is. They feel like they're winning.
What's the one reason why they're connected with him, Tim? Go ahead and say it with me, Tim. Say it with me, Tim. Why is this country okay with excusing all of this man's shortcomings, his felonies, the SA allegations? Why are they comfortable with excusing all of these things for Donald Trump? Tell me.
I can't present a blanket answer. I know. No, hold on. Hang on. I know you want to attribute that to hate. I don't listen. There are other reasons to like Trump. I still believe that.
Tim, that's bullshit. There's only one reason they're excusing that shit. One, Tim.
I don't buy that.
White. He's a white man. Period. Full stop. And here's the thing. You can't fight it with any evidence. You can't dispute what I said with any historical evidence whatsoever.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Somebody in the comments said, like what host? I think one reason people vote for Trump is they now I disagree with this, but they believe that Trump is a much greater defender of Christian values and principles than the liberals are. If you vote the liberals in, they're going to get rid of God everywhere. If you vote in Trump, he's going to bring back God in all of our lives. So Christians who may not be doing it based on hate, may be doing it because they believe that he is defending their religion.
You mean the man that said he's not a Christian?
I don't agree with it, Mike. I'm just saying. I'm explaining it.
I understand that, but we got to stop obfuscating the fact that we can't reduce it to, well, that's how they feel. Fuck it, their feelings. I'm going to facts. It's not my opinion. I'm using deductive reasoning here, Tim.
I'm not arguing with your thesis. I'm just simply explaining the other side. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the way Trump governing America has anything. In fact, to me, it seems anti-Christian. I cannot imagine the banning of third world countries and blowing up both sides. I don't see God favoring any of that stuff. I mean, but they believe that does represent Christianity.
Yeah, I know. I know what they believe. Listen. I've been on this planet for a little bit. So have you. We know.
Couple days. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple days. We know that white America and white Christian nationalists will pledge their loyalty to the Lord for any of their terrible deeds. Like I told you before, they whipped, tortured, and killed us on Sunday after church.
Yeah. And I was going to say that you had a hell of a lot of slave masters that were Christians as well. So Christians are capable of doing some really bad shit historically, certainly in America.
In the name of the Lord, we're going to keep you in bondage in Jesus' name. And the man's not even a Christian. He's a felon with multiple wives, multiple children, multiple essay allegations, all these things that white America dismisses for him. But Obama can't wear a tan suit. Michelle can't have her shoulders out. They don't like the way Kamala laughs. I mean, think about this shit, Tim.
There's a lot of love for Trump. So why are you suggesting the love for Trump is so strong?
Because these motherfuckers is racist. And they love and listen.
But wait a minute, there is Black MAGA. In fact, I talked to Black MAGA today. Black MAGA still exists. Are they racist too?
And no, those are just bigot coons. Listen, they had house niggas too. See, I'm going to say what they don't want to say. There is Stevens all over this place. There is a Tim Scott. There is a Byron Donaldson. They're out there. But let's be very clear. Nobody can dispute what I just said. In the history of this country, we've never seen a president with this level of disdain for black, brown, and indigenous people and women ever. We've never seen it. I know you're shaking your head, Tim, and you called me fearmonger when we first met. Tell your audience of 298 people how much of this shit I've been right about since we met, Tim.
Quite a bit of the things you say I have disagreed with or thought you were going overboard have come true. Yes.
Yes. And so I'm not going to stop now. Why the fuck would I stop now? The bottom line is this. This nation is in peril. You've got these fascist groups growing. They got all these groups that they named T groups. And everything that Trump did was basing it on national security. That's why this shit is being fought in court.
That's why I said it sounds Hitler-esque, because that's what Hitler was doing, was basing it on.
You damn right.
But listen, you got a detractor. You'll know who this is. I'm going to read what was stated. He says, "Trust me, Mike knows the flavor, and I wouldn't do the keyboard warrior thing with a chump who wouldn't do it face to face with me." That comment was aimed at you.
No, I know who that is. That's Gen X. Listen, Gen X, first of all, change your oxygen tank. First of all. That's the base shit. You just change your oxygen before you stood in front of me, number one. Number two, this is what it's about. It's always about where we're going from here. That's what this is about, where we're going from here. I want to be crystal clear on those things. It's a component and it's a dynamic of, the turn where we're at right now. And if we can get past that, but I don't think we will. But let me say something to you. I want you to. So there's a vote going in Tennessee tonight.
Yes.
Right.
Democrats are going to lose, but yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
They're going. Well, let me say it this way: the Democrats could lose and still win. I think the Democrats are not going to win the seat, but I think the performance of the liberal in a very deep red area is going to be strong enough that the Democrats are going to feel like that shows a huge gain because Trump won that area by what 20, 40 points or something like that. This shouldn't be,
points.
yeah, it shouldn't be neck and neck, and it is. So even if the Democrat loses, it shows that in an area as deep red as this, it shows Trump has lost a heap of support, and I think that's what's going to be the outcome.
You're 100%. And listen, again, those gains that they like a year ago, 24 points. Now today, it was in the margin of error.
Like 2, yeah, it's like 2. So it just shows that even in a deep red area, Trump has lost a lot of support.
He has. He definitely has. And there was one thing I was getting ready to mention to you, and I kind of lost my train of thought. But at the end of the day, Tim, all of these things, they can excuse this. The people like Gen X, they can say whatever they want to say because at the end of the day, they know I'm telling the truth. See, people like me, they don't want it. They don't want us to speak. They want us to be complacent and palatable to make them comfortable in their hatred. Well, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that because when I come on here, I'm doing the research. I'm paying attention. I'm reading their plans. These motherfuckers ain't read a book from cover to cover since they left high school.
Bro, you got Trump as the professor. You don't need to read the book. He's kind of doing it for you.
Yeah, well, and again, the more they sit back and they allow these unlawful order. Now, see, it's so funny. Right now, you remember when Mark Kelly and them made that statement and they were being attacked by making that statement?
Yeah.
Maybe they knew something. Maybe.
I believe they did. Them with the Seditious Six, and then it's interesting now that we done found out Pete Hegseth, like you said in 2016, stated that you don't follow illegal orders. So now there's evidence of him saying exactly what he's calling them, saying that they created an act of sedition, and you don't said the same shit in your past.
Yeah. Imagine that. And again, Tim, this is why, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before I let you go. And again, I'll be around, so if somebody wants to talk to me directly that comes up on your panel, just send me a notification. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers in my Bernie Mac voice.
Sound like Bernie Mac. Sound like Bernie Mac.
But let me say this. This is why it's so important when they come up and say this shit. You should take the time. I don't care if it takes you 20 minutes to get to the next guest. Pull that shit up and fact check it because then you'll see if they're convicted. See, like Hoodlum, he just comes up and spews shit. And if you don't challenge him, he'll just say that shit. And people that hear what he hears, they believe it. Your screen is behind you. It is what it is. Pull up the facts. Like I just said, Moderna's video was AI.
That was once I seen no outlet covering it. It was pretty obvious because he suggested go find the video. Don't look for media outlet. If no media outlet is covering it, then the video itself is not authentic. Mike, I got to move it on, but it was pretty obvious it was AI. Real quick.
What I want you to do. Here's just real quick because they were talking about the SNAP benefits, and I was still. So again, I got back to what I was saying. That chart that I told you. See, I was going to fact check it. That chart that in all these stats that everybody is talking about has been debunked. Matter of fact, they don't even break it down by those different ethnic groups. To that extent. So that's what I'm saying, Tim. That's not what the numbers are.
Thank you, Debo.
The percentages overall was what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's broken down. It's broken down by those groups by somebody who hates those groups. I gotta go, Mike. Yeah, I gotta go. But yeah, it's hate oriented. But thank you.
I'll be.
All right. Looking in the comments, and thank you for the Coco Riley Wolf. Thank you to Riley Wolf. Appreciate that. Also, Cutie Card Designs. Thank you with the Marshall. It's pretty cool. You can send that type of stuff on YouTube. I haven't seen it before, so thank you as well. Tap the screen, get the likes on up to 90,000. This is not the program I wanted to have. This is not. In fact, I was not going to go live today until I saw that press conference conclude with President Trump saying what amounts to nothing but hateful stuff. Look, I'm able to play devil's advocate. I'm able to talk to my beloved MAGA and understand many things they stand for. I don't disagree with everything MAGA stands for, but this is hate. This is hate. What he said today amounts to nothing but hate. I want to play devil's advocate. I want to see it a different way. I want to Charlie Kirk it and take it out of context. I can. I mean, it's such a clear, it's such a clear viewpoint that there's no other way to look at it. I mean, what he is saying is basically hate. And I will go to the next caller, get us on up to 95,000, and we'll take the next caller. Looking in the comments, Tim, USDA does report on overall refugee participation. One report found that 1.1% of all SNAP recipients were refugees as a broad group, not specific to nationality. I'm going to say right here, I don't target people because they're receiving SNAP. I just don't. I don't believe that I don't believe if you kick the Somalians out of the country, kick the Afghans out of the country, kick the illegal immigrants out of the country, it would change my life one bit. The only reason why I would even get on board with it is because I hate Somalians, I hate brown or black people or something of that nature. It's not going to make my life change one bit. I don't deal with Somalians. They're not in my area. I don't have a lot of illegal immigrants around me. The transgender, none of these groups they're not affecting my life. The only way I would get on board with that is I just don't like those groups of people, and I condone them facing, atrocious consequences. That's the only reason, because it's not going to, none of these groups, you're not going to, listen, the right, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No entitlements. So even if you cancel entitlements for them, it's not going to come to you. Your white MAGA friend always here love, says T2. Nothing wrong with a few white MAGA friends, but we do have to have a conversation on what we condone and what we do not.
Contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody said, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage.
Now she's a congresswoman. She works for a living. She's not on SNAP, yet he refers to her as garbage. But he's going to go way beyond just referring to Ilhan Omar as garbage.
Garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. They came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Most of them Somalis, they're here legally. They are here legally. Ilhan Omar, she is here legally. As I stated earlier in the live broadcast, let no one tell you from this day forward, it's not about getting rid of immigrants. We just want you to come here legally. The people he is talking about getting rid of are here legally. He wants to get rid of legal immigrants. Don't ever believe it's just about illegals anymore. And before we go to the next caller, he kind of doubles down on it here.
Social media posts, the president now threatening to ban people from what he has called third world countries. He's vowing to deport anyone who is, quote, incapable of loving our country or non-compatible with Western civilization. On top of that, Trump directed a U.S. immigration agency to conduct a sweeping review of people with green cards from so-called countries of concern. This all comes on the heels of that D.C.
Green cards from countries of concern. That could be anything. If you're going to look at people with green cards from quote unquote countries of concern, all you got to do is make up a reason for why that's a country of concern. We just seen one man take and wound, or in one case, kill a National Guardsman and critically wound another one. One person did that. And the punishment is for everyone from the same country as him. So when he says country of concern, it's pretty clear he can take a molehill and make a mountain out of it. So this could be anybody. This could be anybody. Countries of concern. Anything that happens in your country, you can say that means your whole country is of concern. Let's say, for instance, any type of violent felony takes place in your country. A terrorist act or something. Maybe one guy goes into a cafe in your country and blows himself up, takes out 10 or 15 cafe goers. Okay, the whole country is now a country of concern. You got terrorists. You could take this any direction, which means that green card holders in this country now from third world, any green card holder in America that is from anywhere that happens to have brown or black people, you have a reason to be concerned now. Because it's clear they are making up reasons to go well beyond just illegal immigrants, certainly well beyond just rapists and murderers. Just, we don't like you. Your country has too many people in America receiving SNAP benefits, whatever. Just making up have you ever met somebody that, whether or not you tried to be friendly with them or have a conversation with them or just tried to avoid them, somebody that just did not like you? You didn't feel like you did anything wrong to deserve it, but they just did not like you. Maybe you worked at a job and the boss didn't like you. Maybe you had a neighbor, they just don't like you. You felt like something about you rubbed against them the wrong way. Something about you, they just don't like. That's what we're dealing with here. You're not going to make him like you. Coming here legally, getting a job, these people that he's discussing, it's over with for them. He does not like those people, and it's pretty clear he will be looking for a reason to get rid of them. I think he said everything he needed to say right there in that clip. When Tim Walz is indicted, what you going to say then, Tim? I don't know, Draco. What am I supposed to say? Tim Walz gets indicted. All white men are fraudulent criminals? Is that what you're telling me? Is that the way I should handle it? If Tim Walz gets indicted, then he's indicted. I don't have anything to do with Tim Walz. If he committed a crime, indict his ass. SGB says all the entitlements in this country were created for white people to pull them up by their bootstraps. And that is why, and I believe that. I'm starting to believe that. I believe it's part of the reason why anybody else receiving entitlements receives so much criticism, because the entitlements were made for us, not them. Anyway, looking in the comments, the handsome liberal, don't forget your passport when you're going. You don't need a passport anymore, Camden. You're not coming back. You need a passport from where you're going. They don't intend for you to come back. You're done for. Back to the box. One of my subscribers, Jeremy. Good evening. Welcome to the program. We always give first dicks to the subscribers. Jeremy, if it brings you up, apparently it's not. What does it say? MAGA, white men, we got your back. Says T2. I don't know. Trump is not forever. You all know this. Wake up and solve the true issue. Good or bad, Trump is just passing through. Want change, focus where the problem is he don't have to be here permanently. He can do a lot of damage temporarily. Right now, we're already at a state where Trump has done things that is going to take years, perhaps decades, to undo. Some of the relationships we've had with other countries, the way they viewed us in NATO, all of that stuff is going to be damaged for a long time. You're not going to just turn that stuff around. So he may only be here temporarily, but it takes time to undo. And he has 3 more years. He can really, really ruin some relationships in that time.
You lying sack of shit saying that you give your subscribers first bids. No, you don't. Sit your damn black ass down somewhere. But I know you're mad though, huh, Pookie?
What am I mad about? What am I mad about?
Mad that You found out that you motherfuckers are racist, huh? You little uncooked protein. You know what? I found a new word for your so-called snow bunnies. Because I get tired of hearing you ass disrespecting the real snow bunny. You know what they are now? Snow roaches.
What the hell are you talking about?
Snow roaches. They're a bug. We have to use raid for their asses. So I call them snow roaches instead of snow bunnies. Because snow bunnies are fire and they cute and fluffy.
Oh my Lord. Listen.
Yes.
Listen, at the end of the day, I still don't think all of MAGA are racist.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I know you like you on your knees and like cock up your ass and every damn thing else.
What the hell?
That's all you like doing. You know what I mean? Your snow roaches will still give you a BJ. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Just get some raid.
So you tend to believe that MAGA are racist as well. Is that what I'm
No
hearing?
shit, Tim. And you know your little Gen X fat fuck with oxygen? Called Michael a boy. Yeah.
Well,
Called Michael a boy.
Is Gen X
Get the fuck out of here.
We'll have to bring
With
Gen
this
X.
fat fucking looking ass.
We'll have to bring Gen X up and have a car. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. I'll let them
No,
explain.
man, I know you never hear it. You never see it. They call you the N-word. They call you colored. They probably do call your dumb ass a fucking boy because you're not in the damn comments. I was fighting with that fat fuck, and I wish that bitch would come up against me and call a black man in front of me a boy. So I'll wallywop his bitch ass and make him.
How is what you're doing not hate as well?
Because I'm not. No, because I give him the same damn fucking energy, you dumb fuck. You just heard him today calling Somalians. What the fuck, man? And you don't think your black ass is not next?
Gen X
He
said
don't want none of us here. He don't like brown people. He don't like black people. You know what I mean? He wants this damn United States to be fucking white. But guess what, bitches? There never will be white. Mexicans were here before your white ass. And the natives were here before your white ass with your fucking sick dick-looking asses.
I don't know. And by the way, Gen X says he has black friends and associates. So he's
I don't give a fuck if he has black friends. They probably stuck it on him. They're probably coonets too.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, man? Damn. Oh, I got black friends. I was.
Well, I'm just saying.
Get your fucking sugar cookie, bitch.
The man says he has black friends. So
You don't call a black man a fucking boy. See, this is why you need to get educated, Tim. And tell your little moron friends. He don't call a black man a boy one to his face.
Well,
and see what the fuck they're gonna break his fucking jaw.
How about
Put
this?
him on a fucking fat ass t-shirt.
How about
You
this?
bitch.
But how about this? Ed G says if Gangsta Grandma is not racist, then MAGA is not either.
I was trying to suck my dick, bitch. And what?
You grew one of
I got
those?
BBC all fucking damn day for your ugly fucking white tea looking ass.
How did you-
I give you bitches the same goddamn respect that you give our black asses. Fuck you, fuck your mama, like you probably do, and go fuck your auntie. How about that?
Why are you so
Fuck
rude?
your fucking snow ass roaches.
Okay, why are you so mean?
Because I'm fucking me. I'm not you, Tim. I'm not a nice liberal. I'm a bitch liberal. I would tell you a new asshole liberal. You know what I mean? I would take you to the pits of fucking hell and use a dildo to fuck you.
Ow! Okay, first of all,
You know
look.
what I mean? Without the fucking lube. Fuck them.
How
Look, he
do
just said it to everybody's face today. He doesn't like us. We've been telling black women, everybody been telling these motherfuckers about the book, the 25. You know what I mean?
Project
Project
2025?
25?
Yeah.
We told you bitches. Look what he's going to fucking do. Oh no, you're just fear mongering. Oh no. You never want to listen to black fucking women?
Well, he's
Now look what the fuck. He's saying it to people's faces. And you're still, well, I don't believe they're all racist. Get the fuck out of here, Tim. Get the uncooked protein out your mouth.
he still denies Project 2025, Gangsta Grandma.
Oh, you know what? I don't give a fuck if the white man denies it. They're going to say, they're going to deny every goddamn thing because the motherfuckers believe him. They got to cock up they fucking ass and they're fucking them without the damn lube. Okay? And that's how it is. These maggots are fucking interbred. They don't even know who their mama is. Their cousins are their fucking wives. Okay?
But are you listen to this comment? Are you portraying us in a bad way? Because Selena Don Hopkins says she is the reason people don't like liberals.
Oh, no, you know what the reason? They like us, but see, we tell the fucking facts. You motherfuckers like the racism. You voted for racism. You voted to get us back in the fucking 50s and the 40s and every damn thing else. You know what I mean? You guys want Texas to go back, unaliving Mexicans and shit. See, motherfuckers don't know the history. They used to do that shit to the Mexicans. They used to lynch the fucking Mexicans. 2010, not 2010, 1910s and 1920s and stuff. Oh, yes. Let's go back there, you sorry ass fucking white tea bitches. Yeah.
I don't know.
The maggots. I'm talking about the maggots.
But like I
They
said,
don't like none of us, Tim. And get off your fucking knees.
You
You
think-
finally realized it.
you think 100%, and you're right, Jay Hayes says this is where free speech lives. Damn right. You believe that 100% of MAGA are racist.
Damn right. Damn fucking right. They are fucking racist. You cannot defend this shit. And you had one of them up here a little bit ago. Said, oh, well, this is what we voted for. This is it. Oh, we don't want third party. We don't want third. Yeah, bitch. And then deny the shit and say what? Say what? No, United States didn't go fuck their countries up? Get the fuck out of here, Tim. And you know what? You ain't a bitch. Your shit you do is a bitch. Your shit that you do is bitch made. You couldn't push the fuck back. I would have had that bitch. You know what I would have done? You should have called my fucking, well, they call me white trash and all that shit they call me. Bring my black ass back up here. When that fucking heard that is up here, I will wally wop his fucking bitch ass. And I'll tell him, show me goddamn fucking proof, bitch.
Okay.
Show me the fucking proof that the United States never went into these countries and fucked it all the shit up.
Okay, first of
So you
all,
don't have the balls to do that, Tim. You don't. That's why I try to get you some goddamn balls. Like I said, I got bigger balls than you fucking do. I got a coochie, damn it.
well, why you got big balls and coochies like that? Draco says this is why women shouldn't vote. So he's
Oh, go. You know why that? You know, you white trash bitches. You shouldn't be fucking your cousins, but you fucking do, though.
Jesus, JPT
You
Farms,
don't even
thank
know
you.
who the fuck your mama is. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking damn ice age fucking damn cockroach of fucking hell. We should have fucking raised for your sorry asses. We should deport your fucking white tea asses. If I ever became president, I would deport your fucking maggot ass white tea asses and put you guys in the fucking damn concentration camps and see how the motherfuckers you like it.
Your concentration camps, you don't think they're going that far. You're stretching it.
No, they're trying to build prisons for our asses. What the fuck? See, that's how dumb you fucking. You know what, Tim?
What do you think is the goal? Wait,
You
what?
are a softie.
I want. Okay. Well, while I'm the softy, I want you to educate me. What do you think the goal of the Trump administration is?
Trying. They're going to try, but they're not going to succeed. They're trying to make America white. Not great. Nothing like that. They're trying to make it white. This country never was white. Never was. We had indigenous people fucking here. This shit wasn't fucking founded. Indigenous people was here. Mexicans were here. You know what I mean? Half the country was Mexicans.
Yeah.
Indigenous. See, motherfuckers are stupid as fucking hell. The Americas, we never had borders here. Till the white man came, gave people syphilis, was scalping fucking people, took people's lands because they couldn't speak English. Now you have to speak English here. This isn't their fucking language.
I don't.
You know, Tim, I'm telling the fucking damn truth. You know this. They are fucking colonizers. They're the fucking cockroach or the fucking, the maggots. Ray can't even kill their asses.
Jesus Christ. Like I said, I mean, I think that there are some folks that fit your narrative, but I don't think all of them are
No,
that
there
way.
ain't no some. They're all. Because you're all up in this bitch, in these comments. This is what we voted for. Yeah, you voted for hate, bitch. You don't want no black people here. You don't want no brown people here. You only one you want is what white trailer trash ass bitches that got the system made for them. That bad. Yeah, they big mad. Because you know what, 1% of what, Somalians or, the refugees get what, welfare?
Well,
Yeah, welfare was made for the white man, bitch. Yeah, it was. Because they tell their asses how to go dip and dap and get knocked up unprotected. And they couldn't protect their kids. And they couldn't fucking raise their kids without the government's help. Let's be real. Okay? Let's just be real tonight. Let's keep it, Tim. Instead of you fluffing and get off your fucking knees, keep it real. Tell them how nasty they fucking are.
What
They
are
don't
you?
even take showers on goddamn fucking
What are you
days.
talking
I've
about?
seen all the white people up in here. They only use one wash rag to wipe the ass of their face. They don't even take showers every damn day. They don't even wash their hair every damn day. They fucking fugly. These maggots are nasty. They're nasty.
What were you're telling me that MAGA is unclean? They have poor hygiene. Where are you getting that
Yeah,
from?
they're unclean.
Where?
And honey, what they be coochies be looking like is uncooked. I could never go down an uncooked snow roach in my fucking life. Never. I would die. I would die. I would never have sex again. I would never.
Is there anything that MAGA could do whatsoever to make you view them a little bit more
Fuck
positively?
no. Fuck no. No. Fuck no. Nope. And you do a quick call, and one thing I can't stand about your ugly ass, your bald-headed ugly ass, Christians. They are not Christians.
They say
I'm
they
a
are.
Christian.
They say
I
they
am a
are.
Christian. I'm a freaky Christian, but I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? I go out there, I feed the poor. I do not take from the immigrants. I give to them. I like them. That is a fucking Christian. I do not hate them.
But
You know what a Christian national is? We are vermin. That's what they call us.
wait a minute though. But Gates MAGA goes to church and prays every. How can you say they're not Christians?
Oh, you know what? If God came back today, they would put him back on the damn cross. You know why? Because you know why they would do that? Because he is for immigrants. He is for the fucking poor. Even the Catholics don't even like his sorry fucking racist ass. The Pope don't like him. Because he knows what he is. He is a racist. He's a smittler. And what the fuck he did today, put his whole color out there. Showed him what the fuck. Oh, Africa smells now? Somalia? Africa's a beautiful fucking country, bitch. I wish that he would go there. Let a lion eat his fucking ass.
Well, he did say Somalia stinks. He did say that.
You know what? Let me tell you, Africa is beautiful. I've been to Africa. It is very beautiful. You know what I mean? My best friend that has brain cancer, she's African. Okay, Kenya. Beautiful.
Did this happen now?
Beautiful.
In my comments, Reality Bites says that's why the Pope's priest in the church put out a 5-minute video detesting Trump's actions. Did that happen?
They sure are. They are. They did. They told them. You know what? And you over here still like on your knees saying, yes, daddy. Get the whips. You will be a house ninja at the end of the day, huh? Yeah, let's keep it real. You're still trying to kiss their ass. You're still trying to kiss their ass. You didn't push back. You can get your fucking balls out your ass.
Well, when you said that,
start pushing the fuck back.
When you said that you have been to Africa, Pizza Lover said you should have stayed there, and Gen X said you need to go back.
I would go back. You can't afford, bitch, to go anywhere. And what?
I'm just
With your
telling
wife, fucking snow roach, bitch. And what? You fat fucker. Go to Jenny Craig, bitch.
Oh my Lord.
Get off the oxygen. See? Do you see how racist? Do you see that shit? And then they're your friends, right, Tim? I told you that motherfucker put you in the goddamn fucking tree, though.
I don't know about the tree thing. Where are you getting that from? What making you to say something like that?
But he's too fucking fat to do it.
You
They probably have one of his clan brothers to do it. You think I'm joking with you, Tim? I am not joking. I'm not even smiling at you. They will put you in a goddamn fucking tree. He's saying racist shit. You don't even call his ass out. Africa, bitch, is beautiful. Hell fucking to the yeah.
some of it is,
Who
yeah.
the fuck wants to be in the United States when all you motherfucking you white team maggots are trying to turn this shit fucking white when this country never been white?
Listen, I don't disagree. And I see somebody, what did somebody in the comments say? This is the best liberal I've ever heard, says Nick. Listen, I don't disagree that it does appear as if Trump is trying to turn the country white. I don't want to agree with it, but based on what I'm seeing, It is starting to
But
look
you're still
that way.
kissing. That's what you're doing.
How am I kissing?
On that ass, man. I suck dick. I ain't gonna lie. I suck dick. And I suck it good. But I'd be damned I ever would suck a white man's dick. I would suck a black man's dick before a white man any fucking damn day. Gagging all, bitch. And I'll never be like you on my fucking knees doing it like that. Give me the fuck the... and I'm a freaky ass Christian, thank you. BBC all fucking damn day. I would never be on my fucking knees. I'll never... Oh, no. And he got me the fuck out. And like I said, they are snow roaches to me, and they need to get the fuck out of this damn country.
We can't.
They do.
What about trying to unite? We can't be kicking people out of the
We
country.
cannot unite with fucking racist ass bitches. No, worst out in this country. When we told them, black women, we told them, the Project 2025 is fucking real. Read the shit. He's going to, oh no. And I even go off on the fucking leftists that didn't vote for her. They all fucking racist. The white people, they all fucking racist. Oh no, she's not black enough. Oh no, she's J-side. Oh no. Oh, well, you just turned this into one, right? Yeah. They're trying to get everybody the fuck out, right? And keep the white man here, right? Get the fuck out of here. And I hope to God, I pray for God to say, you know what, let's have one, let's flip a house, let's flip Tennessee. One little seat.
That ain't gonna happen. The Republicans...
You don't know that, though. People didn't say Mississippi. We turned seats in Mississippi. The red state, Mississippi. We did shit a few weeks ago. Don't ever say never.
Okay.
Don't ever say never.
Okay, in the comments, she said all that racist shit and started crying when someone comes back with a racist joke to go back. She's a hypocrite. You're being referred to as a hypocritical crybaby.
I'm not. You know what? Let me tell you. I gave him the same goddamn fucking energy. When that idiot was on here was talking about all that shit, I gave him the same damn energy. See, you're not like me. I give them right back to them. I give the same goddamn energy right back to them. And they don't like it. They don't. You like a what?
I gotta go.
Go the fuck off, Tim.
I gotta go. I gotta move it on. I gotta move it on. I'll leave it at that.
I bet you do.
Thank you.
I bet you do.
Gangsta grandma. The fuck. them noises. Okay. We love you, Gangsta grandma, says SGB72. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of... Gangsta grandma is one who really tips the scales. There's a lot of love for her in my comment section. There's a hell of a lot of hate. People talking about she sounds like she's smoking Newports and, buying Mountain Dews or whatever. But then there's others who say that we need more liberals like her. I get both sides. But tap the screen. Get us on up to 130,000. Jesus. I don't know what to say about what we've heard today out of President Trump, other than it sounded to me like the man has an issue with certain people, and look, skin color may be a part of it. Tim, for Christ's sakes, Trump is a racist dude, says Nola's Gardening. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'll just leave it at that. I don't like this mass deportation of all third world countries, even the ones with green cards. I don't like it. I mean, I can't make up excuses for what it is. It does look like what some of my guests are saying. Let me see if I can get reset on this, though. MAGA reacts.
Yo, that was a record. I literally hit request and not even a second later.
Oh, that's not right. I had people wait longer than you. I just seen your name pop up on there. I didn't know that.
It's all good.
We're going to make it a shorter one then, because I didn't know that. That's not fair to the other people.
I'll wait my turn.
All right.
Actually, I don't have really that much to say.
All right, I'll bring you up later then. All right, let me go back to the bike. I didn't know that. James Harper, I see he's been waiting. I didn't know that. James Harper, this is the best liberal I've heard since nickname. I saw that.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, man?
You hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right.
Did you hear my last guess?
You talking about Gangsta Grandma? Or
Yes,
you talking about MAGA?
Gangsta Grandma.
Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Like,
do you agree with any of that? Do you agree with any of that?
I can't say I agree with everything because she be going off on you.
Thank you.
But I mean, yeah, there's a few things I agree with. But the whole thing about the like him trying to revoke green cards, he can't do that. It's not legal.
Shit, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said Trump could not do something and he did it anyway, don't ever believe that he can't do shit. When there's nobody getting in the way to stop him, you can do anything. I mean, he's blowing up boats off the coast of Venezuela without anybody's approval. I mean,
you see what's happening now. Like they are setting that general up. Like that's why they keep mentioning his name every time you hear anything about the report. They make sure that general name is out there so everybody knows who they're about to point the finger at.
I'm just saying the man can do anything. And MAGA, it don't matter what he does. MAGA's going to say that's what I voted for because we voted for Trump to be in full control.
Because the things that he's doing is not affecting them. And like you said, MAGA acts like it's a football team. Like this, everything he does is cheered on because it's spitting in the face of who they perceive as their enemies.
That is true.
And they already said you point at somebody for them to look down on, and they will empty their pockets just to spite that person.
So I mean, what are we headed to in America if this is the case? I mean, and thank you for the high five there, Rena Moore. So what are we headed to then?
We heading to America being a third world country.
How is that going to happen? I mean, if you kick out all the minorities and black people, that'll make it a third world country?
If you kick out all the minorities and black people and make America a white nation, guess what? You kicked out a big portion of your workforce. You've alienated a lot of the other countries that are our allies. Like all the stuff that they're going to do is going to backfire in their face. Like look at how much they've done these policies now, and what's happened? Has America gotten better or America's gotten worse?
Depends on who you ask. I mean, MAGA thinks America's gotten great.
MAGA also thinks that Donald Trump made all his millions on his own.
And he won the 2020 election. I get it. But MAGA is exceptionally happy right now. Lil Hawk, appreciate that. Thank you for the TikTok cap. But MAGA believes that America's doing very well right now. Best it's ever been.
And the same measures that they're using to say that America was doing great were the same measures that they told us to ignore when Biden was in office, talking about but the stock market's doing well. Oh, that's not an indicator of like us doing great. Things are still bad. But now that Trump is saying that the stock market's doing great, now we're the greatest country ever.
True. I mean, it is something that has more power. And it is more believable to MAGA when Trump says it than anybody else. I mean, how do you think he gets that way? How does one man get that kind of power?
Because he plays to their anger. All the stuff that they believe is the reason why their life is not where they want it to be. He's sitting there validating and saying, yeah, that's exactly the reason. Like, you don't have these good jobs because the immigrants are taking it over. You're not getting these colleges because of DEI and civil rights and affirmative action. Like, he's pointing to all these scapegoats, and they're just eating it up. And look what he's doing now. He can't get enough of the Hispanic immigrants out. So now what he's trying to do? He's trying to go after Muslims now.
How about this though? In the comments, Angel Morello says I'm an independent and I voted for Trump because it's about America first. What about just putting America first?
What has he done that actually puts America first?
I don't have an answer for that. He
hasn't done anything for the middle and the lower class who are actually like taking the brunt of America's debt. Like he hasn't done nothing for them. He's done it for the top. He's done it for the top 15% where he's at. Like he every time Republicans come in, what's the first thing they do? Give themselves tax cuts. They don't do nothing for anybody else. And then we have to spend like the next 10, 15 years undoing the damage that was done by giving all these subsidies and tax cuts.
I do agree with you with the promise of America first. I mean, he's only been in office 11 months or whatever hell it's been so far, but I don't see the America first. I mean, we're bailing out Argentina.
And this 11 months, how much damage has been done to this country?
Depends on who you ask.
The progress that we were making under Biden has completely eroded. Like we're sliding back to almost COVID times. Like a lot of places that consider themselves being in a recession right now, as far as like their budget and how everything's going right now.
Yeah, but when you say that Trump is rolling back the benefits that Biden gave the country, people are going to point out that under Biden, all of these immigrants are coming here. You know, they believe that Trump is kicking people out because Biden let too many of them in.
And that's another lie. Like the whole time Biden was in office, they've been exaggerating numbers, talking about these caravans are just coming in the country. They're coming in the country. When Biden actually put in plans talking about, hey, if it looks like this many people are coming in, let's shut the border down for a few days. They said no, don't do that. And then how is it that every time like we get close to election, it's supposed to be a caravan coming in, but we don't never see that caravan at the borders? How many times reporters actually showed up at the borders and it's quiet?
Well, I'm not going to deny Trump definitely exaggerates and says a lot of things. Like the eating cats and dogs was something he said about the Haitian migrants. He's already gotten rid of their TPS status. So somebody in the comments asked me a really good question. It says, I think I missed the broadcast where Trump said he was removing black people from America. Can you tell me where I can find it? Well, him removing the TPS status, that's legal residency for Haitians and Somalians. Those are black people.
He was talking about getting rid of the Haitians, the Dominicans, and the Cubans. All of those labeled under black and Hispanic.
Yeah.
So when they say, "Oh, I didn't hear what he's saying," that he's removing protective status. Those are people that came in the right way, going through the process the right way, and he shut it down before they can even do anything.
Yeah, and that's what I brought up earlier is that what Trump is doing eliminates any future claims that we don't have an issue with immigrants just come here legally. The people he is going after now are all here legally. He's even talking about going after people with green cards now based on the actions of their country, which they have no control over. You may have somebody with a green card that you may have somebody with a...
those people were an excuse for them.
Yeah,
that was an excuse for them to do it.
And that's what I believe. The same thing with the Afghan national that went over to DC and critically wounded and killed the National Guardswoman. I believe that was just an excuse for Trump to do what he already wanted to do. You're going to blame the entire Afghan population in America on what one dude did. That's all it took is for one dude to get out of line, and you're going to make hundreds of people pay the price for it.
Project 2025.
Yeah.
Like, play by play, this is Project 2025.
Well, 3 more years of this. Do you think it can be stopped?
Why do you think he's acting so aggressively now? He sees the writing on the wall. He's looking at all the stuff that's been happening. It's like, oh shit, might not make it to the midterms. We need to move faster. That's why he's trying to get rid of all these people and trying to act all aggressive. He just talked about today trying to go after Colombia and other countries, neighboring Venezuela with strikes.
Let me just ask you like this, because a lot of folks question why we're talking about Trump getting rid of black or brown people. Does he have any problem with any group of immigrants that are white? Ukrainians, Polish?
He's never said anything about the Ukrainians that came over here. He tried to bring over white South Africans. He doesn't talk about the ones that come in and stay over their visa like the Russians. He doesn't go after any of those people. No, his problem is if they're black or brown, they're bad. And then he tries to use Islam as an issue too. But he never says anything about the Hindu, the Sikh, or the Buddhists. He don't say anything about those religions because they're not as prominent. But he'll go after everything else.
So, I mean, what if we just taken the stance of from this day forward, we hate immigrants? I mean, we have a problem with, he's naming so many groups of people at this point. Like, have we just taken up on a stance of disliking immigrants?
No, it's because remember, before it was like, if we get rid of all these illegals, things are going to get better. Things are getting better. So now he has to shift to a different scapegoat. That's why he's going after these other, Islamic people now. He's like, oh, well, these people, they hate America. We need to get rid of them too. So he's going to go over that. It's always going to be somebody else's issue.
Wow. Are we looking at a potential revolt, some kind of civil unrest?
That's why why you think he's pushing to get QRF in all these cities? Because he's hoping for something like that so he can sit there and quell it fast.
What's left after all of this shit? I mean, okay, look, you're pushing for, as you and Gangsta Grandma and Mike said, or Dencal, you're pushing for a white America. You want to burn it down. Okay, what's left for the white people?
That's bullshit. Nobody has talked about trying to bring Sharia law into the U.S.
I've seen that.
That is their number one thing. Like, they always push the worst of any other religion or anything like that on anybody that they disagree with. They're like, oh, these people are trying to do this. Oh, they're going to behead us and all this. Like, but they say nothing about these Christians who go around killing all these people.
Yeah, why? You know, I guess to some degree, when you start putting the pieces together, yeah, we got problems with Sharia law. We don't want LGBTQ shoving things down our kids' throat. The Somalians and now the Haitians are eating cats and dogs. The Somalians are on welfare and they hate America. I mean, we seem to have a problem with a lot of groups of people all of a sudden. That this wasn't happening under nobody else but Trump.
That's because under Trump, like, remember, MAGA was a small group. Like, these were like the people that we consider like the crazy, the tinfoil hat wearers and things like that. And now they've gotten somebody that gives what they're saying actual platform to speak on it. Like, if you notice, like, the main people that are waving the MAGA flag aren't the smartest and the brightest people in the conservative area. No, it's the craziest and the dumbest.
I can't speak on whether MAGA's educated or not. I know a lot of MAGA. I mean, but how about this now? Because somebody Dolph Von State, whatever his name is, he says 99% of you have no idea what Sharia law is, and I'll tell you, there's a reason why. Because nobody's ever tried to implement it here.
No, that's not. Tim, that's not what it is. The thing is, they don't try to like research these things or anything like that. All they have to do is hear somebody that they somewhat trust say this is bad, and they automatically are going with it, and they run and they'll run that until like they'll lose their breath.
They got a real fear that Sharia law they're going to try to take over this country and impose Sharia law on the population. They do. A lot of MAGA, a lot of people on the right have a real fear that's what's going to happen.
You want to know the bad thing, Tim? Most Muslims don't even follow Sharia law. So how are they going to bring that in when most of them don't even follow it?
I did not even know that. I didn't know that. I don't know. I just think that we are literally claiming to be orbited by a lot of boogeymen at this point. I mentioned the Somalians, the Haitians.
If you notice, that is the number one trend of the GOP. They're straight up on, oh, there's a boogeyman out there that we need to stop, instead of, hey, let's fix these things. Because every time they go at these boogeymen, what's the one thing they neglect? All these programs that are supposed to work for the country that they've been gutting year after year after year.
I don't know. Like I said, at this point, we're starting to. It's starting to be too many people we're making boogeymen over, to the point where it's starting to be obvious that something doesn't look right. All of these people are. I mean, there's so many groups that people are claiming are destroying the United States that I'm starting to wonder if hate is not the only reason why this is coming up.
And what did Dencal say? Every time they come up with something, MAGA is the first one to twist themselves in the pretzels to justify whatever they said is going on.
3 more years. Can we survive it?
I don't think he's going to survive 3 more years, because if you look at him, he looks like he's getting worse and worse every day.
Really? Okay, what are you seeing? Because I'm not seeing it. What do you mean he's not going to survive 3 more years?
He has to get physically guided around now. He's falling asleep into every one of his meetings. Like, his days are shorter now. That's not the signs of a healthy person. That's not the signs of somebody that is going out and exercising every goddamn day. Have you noticed he stopped playing golf like he used to?
I have not noticed that. So you don't believe Trump's health is going to carry him for 3 more years?
His health is not going to carry him for 3 more years. He might get 1 more year at the most.
Damn. Damn. How would you feel if the president passed away?
It'd be just another day. And that's because look at all the people that actually work for this country, done stuff for this country, and he ignored their existence when they passed away. When that National Guard lady died, did he do anything about it? No. All he did was use her. He used her death for political gain. Didn't even put their flags at half mast or anything like that. He didn't even acknowledge her death.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, less than a year. You know, there's people making videos. A few medical community people are making videos saying something similar. I gotta move it on, but I don't want to wish death on anybody. I'll just say it like that. I'll give you the last word.
Death on anybody, but I'm saying that you can look at reality and say that he's not going to make it. Like 4 years that's wishful thinking.
3 years.
Like he's not even changing his diet to like prolong his life. He's still eating exactly what he wants and doing everything that he wants to do. He's not trying. He don't even believe that he's going to be dying soon.
It would be crazy if after all of that talk about Sleepy Joe Biden, he croaked before Biden. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Oh, one more thing before I go. MAGA reacts. What you just posted was fucking asinine. Those tariffs did not force people to buy stuff from us. In fact, when those tariffs, when they went in, what did they do? They went to other countries for the same products that we were selling, and they're buying from them.
Yeah, like the soybean.
We just bailed out a country that's actively selling the same shit that we are against what we are.
And now we're hoping not to pay the tariffs back if the courts rule.
Right. Trump knew that he fucked up. That's why he's like begging the courts not to do it. Because he knew what he was doing was wrong. People have told him over and over again, sir, we can't do this. That's why if you notice between his first term and this term, the first term, people actually like held him to account, say, sir, we're not going to do this. That's against law. We can't do it. These people here, they're glorified yes men.
Well, that's what he wanted. That's what people voted for. I got to move it on. James, thank you. Moving on with the program, by the way, tap the screen. Get us on up to 160. Thank you, folks, that help your boy out with the TikTok cap goal. We're pretty close. Show the program some love. Tap the screen. We are MAGA friendly. Don't sound like it today. Absolutely does not sound like a MAGA friendly program today because it is a reference of what Trump said today. And what Trump said was not very friendly at all. But we don't believe in censorship. So we're going to call it out as it is. And I'm just going to say from my own standpoint, it does come across as if President Trump does not like Black and brown people, from what I heard. And I've been defending Trump to the criticism of many liberals on this show for quite a while now. But what he said today looks and sounds awful. I can't defend it. It sounds so bad.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason.
Real quick, when he says, I don't want them in our country, that right there excludes any notion of just come here legally. Even if you come here legally, he made it clear, I don't want you in my country. So even if you come here legally, there's nothing. This guy does not like you. Period. That's what he's making it. That's what he is trying to make you understand. I don't like you. I don't want you around. And then he goes into a detailed description of why he don't. Your country stinks. You guys are bad people. I mean, you just hear him out, but he's making it clear he does not like you.
Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. You know,
garbage. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage. So if you are what Trump deems as garbage, he don't want you here legally or illegally. So like I said, the whole notion of just come here legally, he's really blowing that out the water. He does not like you, does not want you here legally or illegally.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
So there you go. He does not like you. You're not going to fix that. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, you ever meet somebody where they just didn't like you? There's nothing you can do. He doesn't like you. I mean, it's nothing. This is what I would tell anybody that is Somali. Any Somali, I would tell, he does not like you. There's nothing. And as he made it clear, there are other countries as well. But he made it clear as day. He does not like you. Period. You're not going to change that. He thinks your whole damn country stinks. He thinks all of you guys are garbage. I mean, quote it. I mean, you can quote him saying it. He does not like you.
And Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced she's pursuing an expanded travel ban for people from a wide swath of countries. In a post to X, she said she just met with President Trump and is recommending a full ban on countries she says are flooding the U.S. with, quote, killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies.
And this quote she says is, I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. Like I just said with President Trump, this stuff is literally oozing hatred. I mean, it's just the way it's worded. It's just very hateful. A full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. Our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans. We don't want them, not one. So she said we don't want any of them here, not even one. There's nothing illegal or legal. This is not about illegal immigration versus legal immigration. It's not about rapists and murderers. This is about we don't like you, period. You can do everything right to come to this country. We don't like you, period. Quit trying to be friends with us. Quit trying to migrate to America. Quit trying to be around us. We don't like you. That's what this says. We hate your type. It's as clear as day. Which is why we're talking about hatred on today's show. This is hate. This is hate. And many folks often state this is what we voted for. That is a fact. We voted for hate. We have a lot of people in this country that are hateful. When they see hate, they stand up and applaud and say, that's what I voted for. I voted for hate. I am hateful. Therefore, I voted for someone that will be hateful and represent me. I voted for hate. So when like in Arlita, when you say who is we, well, anybody that says that sees this stuff, stands up and says I voted for it, they're basically letting you know I voted for the hate. I like the hate part. And that's not something uncommon. That's not something new. America has a history of hatred in its past. People voted for it then. Some people voted for it now. There are people that if a Somali family moved in next to them, that Somali family would immediately realize what I just said. Something about my neighbors, I must have just rubbed off on them the wrong way. My neighbors apparently do not like me. All I did was move in next door and I can tell they don't like me. We voted for hate because we have hate that shows up to vote. That's what we're looking at here. This is hate. There's no other way to, I can see any side of any issue. There is no other side to this. This is hate. Anyway, looking in the comments, It's not Christ-like. Trump is going to hell. I don't know, Freebird. I'm starting to think that some of this stuff is Christ-like. I think America's relationship with Christianity has a lot of this in it. I think there's Christy Nolan would probably tell you she's a God-fearing Christian. President Trump says sometimes he's taking both sides of it, but President Trump says he's God-fearing sometimes. But anyway, this is certainly hate. Looking in the comments here real quick, and I think Creed says it best. So what? Nobody cares about how you feel. No, it's not about how I feel. It's about how you feel. We're talking about how you feel. It's all about you, Creed. I don't know what this says. Even evil must cloak itself in the light, in divine truth, like a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. Wow. Yikes. All right, let me go back to the box. Tap the screen. This is distressing. This is not even a kind of show I want to do. I don't like this kind of shit. But it's so obvious based on what was said today. There's no other way to look at this. I mean, it's clear as it can possibly be. Cyrus politics is what I'm looking at here. Cyrus, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to have you on. Am I getting this wrong? Am I just exaggerating? Is this really love that I'm just misdiagnosing as hate?
No, it's hate. It's like I've been saying before about this guy. This dude's a malignant narcissist.
I can deal with narcissism. This ain't Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday was a narcissist. I can deal with narcissism. This is beyond narcissism.
Well, this is like, take malignant narcissism. Malignant narcissism also follows under, antisocial aggressive personality patterns such as this guy. Anyways, regardless, yeah, this is hate. I mean, like, remember back in the day, it was a Muslim ban, and then it was Haitians. Then it's, Hispanic people. Now we're talking about Somalia now.
Yeah.
And then it's Venezuela. It's like, what is it next? That's the question is, what race is he going to choose next? He is so xenophobic.
It is a lot of different groups. You're right. It was a total and complete ban on Muslims in his first term. We obviously heard about the Haitians eating cats and dogs, and he removed their TPS status. He's talking about Somalians now. You're right about the Venezuela. It does seem to be a whole lot of different groups of boogeymen all at once.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
But how do you respond to constituents, voters who say, listen, I understand what Trump is doing, and I proudly can say I voted for this. How do you respond to people who say that?
It's disgusting what they voted for, I mean, if you voted for hate to go back to the 1950s, that's not what we're about. We're supposed to be moving forward, not backwards. And Tim, this guy is going to go down as the luckiest con man in the world, too. This guy got lucky. He knows he got lucky. And this guy had no place in politics. This guy has no place whatsoever.
I think he has a perfect place in politics. He actually resonates to a large group of people. If you want to say it's because of hate or whatever, I mean, there's a lot of people who obviously feel the way he does, which is why people keep yelling, this is what I voted for. I mean, he's the perfect politician. He believes and has the mindset of a large group of constituents. He's been able to energize them in a way we've never seen before.
He brought out the masses and unmasked people's true colors is what this individual did. And it's very sad that we have so many people out there that embrace this type of man and go along with his rhetoric.
Yeah, and go ahead, keep going.
And still support him and can just look the other way and say that this is okay. I mean, I'm waiting for this Epstein thing to get solved too, not to get off track.
Good luck with that.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And I see in the comments, Draco says, Tim, you guys were calling Trump racist when he said China virus and it came from, no, he was calling it the Kung flu. He went to China virus next. He was calling it the Kung flu, which I don't know why you would say that. I mean, just like with Pocahontas and all these other crazy names he makes up. So what about you there, Cyrus? You do see Trump as a bona fide racist?
I absolutely think that he's a racist. He doesn't show it obviously in his cabinet, but it's there. He's he's xenophobic. I mean, look at it. It is it's just another day. It's another day with this guy choosing another race on what to run on. This is what he has to run on. He runs on hatred. He runs on dividing people. And that is what his campaign has been about since the start.
What about folks who say he's just protecting immigration law? One of the viewers says he's just calling out, balls and strikes. He's just trying to make America great.
He's not making America great. He's going on about saying, "Oh, I'm getting the fentanyl out of America." There is no huge amounts of fentanyl flowing through our borders. I mean, is it happening? Yeah, probably. Is it ever going to be a perfect world? No. I don't care how many border patrol agents you put there to patrol a Canadian border or the Mexico border. It's never going to be a perfect world, but this is what they run on. These are what these old school and back in the day dark age GOP conservatives run on.
Yeah, I think the problem with trying to eradicate the country of fentanyl is the most difficult thing is you got a country where millions of people want this shit. It's gonna be hard to stop something from coming in this country that so many people want and so much money can be made answering that call. In fact, my guess is if you stop the Venezuelans and you stop South America from supplying drugs to this country, somebody in this country will start making this shit. There's just too big of a market to sell it and too many customers demanding it. You would probably start finding white people that figure out a way to make fentanyl. I mean, I don't see you stopping it with such a huge demand for it.
It's the war on drugs is never going to stop. We can curve it, obviously. Yeah. Like I said, it's never going to be a perfect world. As you regulate stuff, controlled substances such as fentanyl and etc., other hard drugs, you're always going to find somebody that's going to try and mass produce it. It's never going to be a perfect world. But this guy is going on conspiracy theory. I mean, take what's going on in the Caribbean and everything like that. This 2-strike thing, which now this is a big deal, and he's probably going to go down for this in some sort of way, in the next coming months. Regardless, that's a whole nother ball game. They're not getting credible intel.
No. Well, the UK announced they were going to stop giving us intel. They have assets in the region, I guess. I don't know what the UK is doing in the Caribbean other than maybe I think the Virgin Islands or something. They own that, but I don't know why they're in the Caribbean. But they were providing us with intel, and they stated that they're going to stop giving us intel because they believe what Trump is doing is a violation of international law. So even the United Kingdom said, they announced that publicly. So even they stated they were going to wipe their hands from what we're doing because they believe it's a violation.
It is a violation. Hegseth is really in the hot seat, and you can bet your butt that the Oversight Committee and a lot of other individuals are going to be interrogating the shit out of him with this, as well as probably call for him to step down. They are going to pressure him like none other in the next couple.
But that's Trump's right hand man. You think Trump would? Well, he can be impeached. I suppose he can be impeached from under Trump. But do you think Trump would get rid of Hegseth?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You think so?
Well, we go back to the malignant narcissism, right? Yeah. Empathy, no empathy there. He will cast you out like a leper if you screw up his
yeah, but Hegseth is not Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, he's loyal to Trump. I mean, he's getting hit from he's getting flanked from liberals and a few conservatives that don't like what appears to be a war crime, but he's remaining loyal to Trump. He's not questioning anything from Trump in the least. In fact, I believe that Hegseth would probably rather go to jail than criticize Trump. I just don't think he's going to do anything to go against Trump. And I think as a result, Trump probably won't fire him or anything.
Oh, I agree with you that Hegseth would never go against Trump because he's a diehard bootlicker for sure. The thing is that Trump is a malignant narcissist. I'm trying to get this across to people on how bad this is with this guy, right? This guy is going to cast him out if this causes trouble for him. He does not care what happens to Hegseth, I promise you.
So you're saying if it looks like it may cause any trouble to Trump at all, he would throw Hegseth under the bus?
Yes.
I believe that. How about now? This is a tough one. It's not totally related to what we're talking about, but if you believe that Trump is intolerant, I guess it could have some relations. And one of my friends of the program, T2, says there will never be a black president again. Sorry. Do you believe that that's valid?
That is a bullshit statement. Yes, absolutely. Eventually down the line, there will be a black president again. And this is what I'm talking about. You have individuals stating stupid shit like this that over the airwaves. And, I'm not saying it's all MAGA either, but the majority of it is. And these are these diehard maggots is what they are. And it's unbelievable that we live in a day and age to where people still embrace hatred like this. It's just,
I would love, something. What I would love to get.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Finish with this real quick. Is that they're always saying, "Oh, you know what? They should get out of our country if they don't like Trump." You know what? No, it's the other way around. I think these diehard cultist, racist maggots, they're the ones that need to leave.
And I see in the comments, MAGA React says, we will have a black president, just not a Democrat. You really think the Republican Party would let that ain't gonna happen?
Yeah.
Zero chance. Zero chance the Republican Party would allow itself to be led by a black man. Not in this environment. Maybe in the next generation or something like that, but that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. I mean, we've had 4 people of color run for the position, and race became an issue in all 4 of them, meaning obviously President Obama, who won, but they were saying he was born in Kenya. Kamala Harris, suddenly she became Jamaican and Indian. Nikki Haley became Nimrata, and they started going after her, calling her bird brain. And even Vivek Ramaswamy, when he ran, they started fucking with him and his family as well. Those are the 4 people of color we've had in recent history that tried to run for president. And all 4 of them people, their race became an issue. And it was coming from the right. So I don't see the right ever voting in a black president, at least not in the next few decades, if not generations. Do you see the right letting an African American or a person of color lead the party?
Eventually, when the GOP can get their shit together and reemerge as a new party that is actually for the American people and not for the billionaires, the GOP is screwed. I promise you. You have my word. They are done in 2026. And yeah, down the line, I could see the GOP opening up, to the more cultural, diverse, individuals.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. And I see in the comments, to Mars or whatever it says, Tim, you are not sounding middle of the road like you usually do. Look, I understand I'm not. I understand today's show is different, but the fact is, what Trump stated is not a middle of the road comment. Look, when Trump says things, there is often plenty of room to see it from both sides, or plausible deniability for people that's claiming he's a sexist or racist. There's no room on this statement. What I've been playing today is so clear. There is no other angle to take. So yeah, this particular show, even if I want to be middle of the road, I can't. There's no other way to go with it. I mean, when the guy's saying that we don't want you here, and he's giving reasons that have nothing to do with whether you're here legally or illegally, what can I do with that? He's making it clear we don't like you. There is no middle of the road to that. There's no other way I can go with it. So he's not giving me any play with this. And like I said, I wasn't going to do it live at all today until you said this. So it does sound like hate to me. But do you think, Cyrus, he will be able to do you think he actually will be able to get rid of all of these different groups of black and brown people that he's criticizing?
No. Because the American people, there's more American people in this country that are going to stand up for the right thing. I mean, you look at the protest against ICE. I mean, it was just the other day in one of the states. They surrounded ICE in a peaceful protest and said, no, you're not touching these individuals. I mean, look at what's going on. You have mass goons kidnapping or trying to kidnap people that are American citizens, but just because of the color of their skin. And they're denying them their 14th Amendment due process.
Yeah. And people are saying right off the bat, I voted for this. No matter how harsh, no matter how horrible what you see on screen is about what is taking place towards somebody of color, the comment section is loaded with people saying I voted for this. It don't matter what it is. If it's something bad happening to an immigrant, illegal, legal, a migrant, whatever, you're going to see a flood of people in the comments saying I voted for this.
Well, let me tell you this, and I know you know this, and to everybody in the comments section is that America was founded by immigrants, right? So what is it going to take the next day for somebody or such as Trump to say, "Oh, I've decided today I don't like Polish people. Oh, today I've decided I don't like Irish people." When is that going to happen? He stated he wanted to annex Greenland.
Yeah.
So what is it? Maybe the next day he's not going to like Canadians. People need to keep in mind, too, that Trump is 79 years old and has a cognitive decline also, along with the malignant narcissism.
Well, I will say this: when you say he could just decide he doesn't like certain groups of people, I do. He has criticized a lot of groups of people since taking office. He's had a lot of choice words for Canada becoming a 51st state. You're right about Greenland. He said that about taking over Greenland, taking the Panama Canal back. Obviously, nobody in our history likes Iran as of late. So he criticized Iran. He said all kinds of awful shit about the Ukraine, blaming them for the war. Now we're going at the Somalians, Haitians, virtually everything south of the border. Virtually every country south of the border is qualified. I've never seen one guy have a problem with so many different types of people. Then, of course, the LGBTQ. He claims he loves the African Americans. I've never seen one guy though have so many problems with so many different groups of people.
It's because of what he spews out of his mouth every other day. It's just another day, different turd with this guy, right? It's like I said. He goes on about Haitians, Muslims, Hispanics.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
But you think America will survive this and stay on the course and not let this become the new America, so to speak?
Well, you've seen the protests, these No Kings protests that have had, astronomical turnouts, and it's, people aren't going to stand up for it. I mean, Tim, I don't see this guy lasting a lot longer. I really don't. And, whether it be health-wise or the Congress is eventually going to get rid of him. Not this Congress, but the 2026 Congress. There's a special election tonight in Tennessee for the 7th
Congressional I think the Democrats are going to lose that, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people expected. We'll see.
I'm thinking 50-50.
50, wow. We'll see. All right, I got to move it on, Cyrus. Appreciate you coming up.
Thanks, Tim. Have a good night.
Anytime. All right, moving on with the program. Yeah, like one of my viewers said, you're not sounding middle of the road. What they're doing is not a middle of the road. It's not a middle of the road stance. When you're talking about banning people from all third world countries, there's nothing middle of the road about that. You're banning whole countries, whole groups of people for the actions of a few. What he's doing to the Afghanis is for the actions of one man. There's no outrageous amount of Afghani nationals in this country committing crimes or hurting anybody. We're doing that for the actions of one person. That's not a middle of the road action by any means. You can't be middle of the road on that. He's taking one person and going after the whole group. Hundreds of people are going to pay the price for what one person did. Keep telling me about how you feel about white people, Nicola. We guys in the comments talking about whites and blacks. White Christian America only says drunk uncle. Wow. All right, let me go back to the box. I don't even know what to do with all this. We'll go to Pizza Lover. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Come on. What are we even talking about? He's turned our country into a punchline. He's a disaster for our country, says the Nick Spooner. Well, a lot of folks believe that thanks to Trump, we're more respected worldwide. So it really depends on who you ask. Don't know if Pizza Lover came up, so we will continue on with. We'll go to MAGA reaction. Tell them to hold on. Good evening, Matt. Trump bombed Somalia twice since February. Did he? MAGA reacts. Good evening.
Google that one. Why would he bomb Somalia?
We've bombed Yemen. I mean, if you think T groups are there, we do bomb third world countries. That does happen.
I mean, because anything's possible, including a black Republican president.
It's possible, but it's possible, but I would be willing to bet and give multiples of what the bet is. Like if you bet me $10, I might give you 50 if you win. It ain't gonna happen no time soon.
I didn't say it was gonna be soon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's gonna be before a Democrat wins again.
I definitely disagree with that.
Black Republican, and then maybe a Democrat.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that. In fact, I personally believe that if the Republic remains strong, democracy continues, that the Republican Party, like a club that has a lot of fights in it, is going to probably have to change its name to stay in the neighborhood. I think after what has happened with the Republican Party under Trump and MAGA, to incentivize minorities in general, and Muslims and all these other people, to vote for Republicans in the future, they're going to probably have to call it a different name. Because Trump has made what the Republican Party is. I mean, your party's going to be called hate for the rest of my life at least. You see what happened with the African Americans once they got civil rights. They still vote Democrat because of what happened. And that's like 70 years ago. That stuff stays around for what Trump has done to the Republican Party, going after so many minorities. That's going to be a talking point for the Republican Party supporting that in such unison. I voted for it. What all these people were saying. People are going to be talking about that for the rest of our lives, man.
Yeah, his numbers of minorities keep increasing.
That ain't true. I don't believe that.
Minorities.
Show me a poll that says that. I don't believe that.
What do you mean? His election results.
No,
He's got more and more minorities every election. More black people, more Hispanics, definitely more Hispanics. Hispanic men is the reason he won.
I would like to see what his election, or better yet, the Republican Party's election results were in this 2025 off-year election we've had in some of these areas like Virginia and things like that.
Off-year elections don't count. We'll see 26.
What do you mean it don't? What do you mean it don't count? We voted in governors this year. That does count.
Yeah, which is bullshit. That's why we have so many governors that don't fit the picture. You got a Republican state with blue governors because of low turnout off-year elections.
I would just like to see.
It's like Mondani, right?
Okay.
Trump got what? Trump got like 40% of the votes of Americans, and they always like, oh, he didn't win half the Americans or some bullshit like that. He did win half the voters, but not half total Americans. Fucking Mondani in New York got 1 million out of like 8.5 million. So he got like 10% of the people to vote for him because New Yorkers don't vote.
Well, so I think the Republican, I think what Trump has done will energize people on the right and left to vote in the midterms and in 2028. But real quick in the comments, Kim says, "Who cares about these third world people? Stop it, Tim." This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the whole Christian thing. Do you feel that same way? Do you agree with Trump banning people from third world countries coming here?
No, I don't agree with him at all, but I understand it. Again, I don't think it has anything to do with their race. I think it's because they're poor. It's a poor country, and Trump does not like poor. Because he spent the last 2 weeks hanging out with Arabs and Muslims, rich ones from all over, including Syria, which Syria, when he first started, Syria was the first country he wanted banned because of the war and all the conflicts going on down there in the Syria civil war. Now he's like BFFs with the leader of Syria, and, spraying cologne on him and making jokes.
Yeah, I don't. And see, I kind of understand what you're saying, but I disagree on this. I don't think it's. I do agree he don't like poor, but the reason why I say it's racism because I think he's hanging around with the Syrians and some of these Arab countries because they are giving him something. I think he would hang around with the head of some of these African countries if they were willing to give him something. Just like he was hanging around with African Americans during election time and hanging around Venezuelans during election time because they were going to give him votes. He clearly don't like them now, but he was hanging around them because they were going to give him. The guy has a photo holding up the LGBTQ flag. We know he don't like them, but they were going to give him votes. So he's hanging around these people because they're going to give him something. He'll hang around people he don't like if you give him something.
Well, I'll give you that. That's what he cares about, whether they're helping him or against him.
Yeah, but he don't like them. He don't. But the point I'm saying is he don't like these people.
Rich, though. It has to do whether they help him or against him. And we know the Somalians, especially with Omar being their leader.
He didn't get shit from the South. He didn't get shit from the South Afrikaners, and he sent the welcome wagon to them. They came to the country and actually had a member of the administration. What?
I'm sure if there's only 50 Somalians, he'll give them the welcome wagon too.
He wants 100% of them gone.
Plus, what's his name? Elon definitely hooked him up. So, and those were rich people. Again, had nothing to do with their race. It had to do with because they're rich.
So the guy who didn't take a salary and came to the White House with his own money is literally just in it for the cash.
No, he's in it for making America richer by having more rich people living in it.
So so he's hanging around the Saudis. What did they give Americans?
They promised to invest trillions of dollars. Plus, they increase oil production so gas prices would go down.
You think we're going to realize that? You think we'll see that?
We've already been seeing it. I mean, gas prices were supposed to go up. The only places gas prices went up is California because they increased their gas tax because more people are getting electric cars and using less gas. They're trying to tax electric cars now, and they're trying to get their tax money by increasing the gas tax because everyone's like half electric.
Okay.
I drive 2 electric cars all day. I haven't touched a gas pump in fucking 3 years.
And so,
for the jet skis.
And so your opinion on Trump is he's not racist, he's anti-poor.
Oh, hell yeah. I've said that from the first day I've talked to you.
So how do you respond to the fact that
I think this has to be more money.
So how do you respond to the fact that a hell of a lot of MAGA are poor? A lot of his voters are poor.
Okay, but they're trying to get rich. They want to get rich. That's why they voted for a millionaire or a billionaire.
Yeah, but that's from the voter standpoint. You said Trump don't like poor people. So people that voted for him that are poor, are you suggesting he don't like them either?
Let me rephrase that. He wants. I don't know. It's not quite that. Like they're poor, but first of all, they're Americans, and he likes Americans. So that's also an exception. But it's not just being poor isn't the actual thing. It's like if you're not trying to be rich, if you don't care about being rich, if your goal is not to work hard and move up in life,
that's immigrants.
That's what he doesn't like.
You're describing immigrants. Immigrants are willing to work hard and move up in life. You're literally describing immigrants.
Yeah, he likes those immigrants. What did he say about the Somalis? That there's 40% unemployed and on SNAP. So he doesn't like them because they're not working. That's a crazy amount. That 40.
He has MAGA. He hasn't said anything positive about any group of brown or black immigrants. They all are pieces of shit to him. Can you name any group?
Good thing about the Saudis and all the other Arabs. He defended the Saudi prince when they tried to attack him over that guy that he killed.
MAGA. He wants a total and complete ban on all Muslims coming to the country. What are you talking about?
I don't think that's the case. I think now it's only just at first.
What are you basing that on?
I'm caring about 2 things: security and money. So if it has nothing to do with security, that they're not a threat to the country as far as terrorism, then it's about money.
He's banning the Afghans based on the actions of one person.
Okay. I mean, first of all, I don't think he's actually going to ban anything. I think he's just being tough rhetoric-wise, so he seems tough. And
why would you even be tough? Why would you even be
actual action?
Why would you even be tough on me based on the actions of some dude I have no contact with?
You gotta show zero tolerance for fucking terrorists.
So your way of showing
you want to be nice about it is like, oh no, it's okay.
So in other words, if you want to show,
let's invite more terrorists over to blow us up and kill our National Guard.
So if you want to show zero tolerance for, let's say, pedos, because some white dude did something in your town, it's okay to threaten every white guy in town because of it? To show zero tolerance?
I mean, if there was a country of all pedos, sure, but
there's no country of all terrorists. There's no country of all terrorists.
Well, this last terrorist came from that country, so
okay. So
you know,
so you're going to go at the
like you keep judging him on his rhetoric. Let's see his actual actions, because even until today, I don't think his deportation numbers are that high. I think he's still less than.
We judge everyone. We judge everyone on their rhetoric. What comes out of your mouth? If you walked in the bar and started talking shit, people gonna judge you on that. Everybody gets. What is he special?
Because it's fucking Trump. He's in front of a TV every day. He talks shit. He's the king of talking shit. It's what he does. But we voted him because the results matter, and I like his results. And I have yet to see any results to back up what you're saying, that, you know, that he's deporting all these people, that he's going to deport people with green cards. How many people with green cards has he deported?
Well, it takes time to get permit. I mean, the courts are fighting them. The liberals are fighting them. It takes time to do this stuff. But it's clear, based on his rhetoric, as you say, he wants to do it. Just like he wanted a Muslim ban, but the Supreme Court stopped him. So the rhetoric is actually what he wants to do. You're saying don't judge him on the rhetoric, but this is the promises he's making.
Tough on terrorism.
Huh?
Being tough on drug dealers, he's being tough on terrorism.
He's being tough on, no, he's not being tough on drug dealers and terrorism. He's being tough on a group of people. He's treating, if you have Venezuelan drug dealers, he's tough on Venezuelans. A young woman, a little baby, it don't matter.
The ones in the Pacific weren't Venezuelan. Venezuela is nowhere near the Pacific. They're only in the Atlantic. So what? I don't know, why is he blowing up boats in the Pacific if it all has to do with Venezuela?
Don't matter, they all brown people anyway. Who gives a damn?
But he's fucking been, you said it yourself earlier, he was tough on Ukraine, he's tough on every fucking color and every nationality.
He ain't tough on any white countries though. Wait a minute, he's not tough on any white countries though.
What do you mean? He talks shit about Europe and fucking NATO all the time. So
we got a lot of Europeans in this country. We got a lot of Europeans in this country. I don't recall hearing about ICE flooding their neighborhoods.
Americans are the exception, but...
What?
Americans are the exception. Also, we didn't have millions of Europeans crossing the southern border.
We actually do have a lot of white Europeans in this country that have overstayed their visas and are here illegally. We do have a lot of that. You don't hear about ICE going to any of their neighborhoods.
Okay, but they were rich enough to come here on a visa, and usually, you know, again, it has to do with money.
So it ain't got nothing to do with illegal. So it ain't got nothing to do with illegal immigration. It ain't about illegal immigration. It's about money.
It's about the economy, yes.
No, listen.
It's about improving our economy by filling it with people that work, not 40% unemployment or people on welfare, and, you know, not slave labor either. You know, the fucking left keeps talking about, oh, the immigrants are going to do all these farming jobs like they're fucking slaves or something. Like picking strawberries is the new picking cotton.
So if you get rid of the immigrants that are doing those jobs, who's going to do them?
Whoever is left to do them, or robots. It's going to be robots eventually.
No, and that's what the problem is that you're getting rid of people who are desperate enough to work these jobs, and the people that you're going to leave behind, they're not going to do them. I'd be curious to see how this is going to work, but
I still think there's plenty of you know, immigrants that are here working like legal immigrants working low-paying jobs. Like my uncle works like the worst job, and we've tried to get him to move. We try to get him to get a better job, but he just likes things simple. He likes his $10, $20 an hour job, and he refuses to do anything else. And we're like, all right, at a certain point, I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
I don't know.
And,
so you see nothing but love from Trump. You don't see any hate. Well, you admit he hates. You admit he hates poor people.
Poor and people who are hurting the economy.
So you admit he hates the poor. Then
voted against him. You know, the Somalians, they were all like doing ballot gathering. Remember the guy in a Corolla with 300 ballots of Somalians in his fucking car?
No, I don't remember.
From That was from the 2020 election, I think. I don't remember.
So wait,
I remember a guy.
So wait. If he hates the poor, so because refugees and asylum seekers don't come here with money, so are we going to ban all of them from now on because they're poor?
I mean, if there's a reason he's doing it, it's that more than anything. If he told them they're rich fucking refugees, I don't think he would care. If he told them every refugee is $1 million, I think he would let them all in.
So in other words, this is just
if you have 5 million, you could be a refugee from anywhere and you come into America.
So this is just a really selfish person. Don't ask me.
It's not about him. It's about the economy. That money's not going in his pocket. You keep talking like the terrorists and all this money is going in his pocket.
The man is making more money in this last year than the previous 78 years he's lived. Yes, he is. A lot of money's going in his pocket. The $5 million you pay to get this green card or this visa, there's no way in hell I don't believe that not a penny of that is going to him. That man is making money hand over fist. Any deal that he has to authorize, he is getting something out of it.
Yet all he does is play golf. It's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the richest man on earth. Currently does not own a single mansion, and from what I'm told, he lives in a rental home for $4,500 a month.
Yet he is not known to be very charitable at all. So he's fine keeping the money.
Yeah, but he's done so much for the world by providing it, by making electric cars a thing, by providing internet all over the world, by revitalizing our space program.
No, first of all, he's not doing shit for the world. He's doing it all at a cost. Plus, he's also doing what he can to limit other inventors from doing it as well. Look, his inventions help the world. I'm not denying that. But he ain't doing it for free or doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He's doing it at a cost.
But I've already told you, he's made, the only reason I have an electric car other than Tesla is because he opened his charging network for non-Tesla cars.
At a cost.
Because remember, fucking Biden spent all this money to get all these chargers installed and completely failed. You got I heard it spent after billions of dollars, it was 10 chargers that he put in, some pathetic number.
We wouldn't even be supporting your electric cars, MAGA reacts, if Elon hadn't teamed with Trump. If Elon was on the liberal side of the aisle, Trump would be anti-electric cars right now.
I had my electric car way before Elon
and he was fighting against him back then too. Until Elon came on his team, he was anti-electric car.
He was anti-subsidies, and he said they're not the solution.
He's not just anti-subsidy. He's anti every form of alternative energy. He's anti-windmill. He's anti-solar panel. He's anti-e-vehicles. He is anti every alternative. He is pro-big oil. He has never said anything critical of big oil. He has criticized all of those alternative energy conglomerates. Every one of those alternative energy sources he's criticized. Windmills cause cancer, all of that shit. He's pro-big oil, pro-coal, pro all of that old stuff because they were paying him.
Because they're not there yet. They're not to the point where they could compete with big oil. They suck. No. Even my electric car sucks versus a gas car.
No, I think you called it out right the first time.
And I got it for a great price, and it has a lot of features that I can't get with a gas car.
No, I think you called it out right the first time. He is pro-money. The minute Elon Musk came along and started giving him money, he suddenly became pro-Tesla and pro-electric vehicles. Before Elon, he was talking about they didn't have any range, they didn't have any horsepower. He was laughing and making jokes of them. Elon Musk came along, gave him a ton of money. Now he's telling you to buy one. It is that clear. The dude is in it for the money, like you just said. It's about money. That's it. It ain't about nothing else. It's about money.
Well, it's also whatever his goal is, which is
his goal is to make money. His goal is to make money.
He doesn't need to make money, Tim. He doesn't need to make money.
None of them do.
Make it sound like he's trying to get rich. He's already rich. At a certain point, it doesn't matter.
Do you think
he's trying to build rockets and do all this expensive, never done before shit? So I kind of understand with him why he needs the money, so no one can tell him no. But Trump has no ambitions to go to Mars.
You're telling me he don't need the money. You think that wealthy people reach a certain level where they don't want any more money?
Some of them don't. And it depends on.
Give me some names. Give me some names of somebody who was rich and just decided I don't want any more money.
I don't know a lot of billionaires.
I don't know any of them. I don't know a single one that thinks like that.
We'll see. Well, you can't say it either way. So don't say that they are like
I
that.
I can say it like that. I can tell you that because Elon, Zuckerberg, Gates, Bezos, Trump, all of them are continuing to work even though they have enough money for multiple generations of their family. They're still going out earning more money. None of them are other than Bill Gates. None of them are even known as being very charitable. Elon Musk ain't known for giving away shit unless it's to sway an election. He ain't known as a charity guy. He's the wealthiest man on the planet. He wants more money.
Elon is a bad example because, like I said, changing the world has done more charity than anything else he could have done.
But he's keeping the money.
There's a lot, like the guy that did the 4-hour energy. He gives away all his money. There's a lot of billionaires that give away all their money. Okay.
But
like
Elon,
the 4-hour energy guy, Bill Gates is another good example. Thank you for bringing that up. There's a lot of billionaires that just give away their money because they don't need any more.
But the wealthiest guy on earth being Elon, he's keeping all his.
Because he's trying to build rockets. He's trying to go to Mars.
What does that got to do with trying to be a trillionaire?
Well, you kind of need unlimited money.
No, because when he builds that rocket and makes a killing off of that, he's going to keep that too. I don't think you understand. I got to move it on.
First of all, it's his assets. We don't know how much money he has in the bank. We're talking he's a trillionaire because he's got this much assets, so his businesses are worth that much.
I'm just saying
he has to give away all his businesses. Which he's not trying to do.
I'm just saying he is the richest man on earth, and he is not known for being very charitable at all. So he's keeping the money. So for people who say, "Well, he don't need the money," he seems to be keeping it all. He is keeping the money. You can come up with any excuse for why he's keeping it, but he is keeping the money.
An important part is consumption. He's not consuming all this fucking he has the money, but it's just sitting in the bank. Just in case he wants to buy rockets, but he's not consuming it on mansions or luxuries. He doesn't drive in a $1 billion car. He doesn't spend much. It's really more how much money you spend and how much money you're wasting on yachts and shit.
Which is even worse.
How much money you have in the bank, especially when it's like business assets, that's not really, it's nothing. It's just your assets.
To me, I'm just hearing greed. I got to move it on, MAGA. Appreciate you coming through. All right, moving on. By tap the screen, folks. By the way, get us on. We might be able to hit 200. HUNNIT. We might be able to hit 200. He thinks other people's wealth helps him. A lot of people feel that way. Thank you for the money gun, Scooty Scoot, rather. Appreciate that. Looking in the comments, thank you, Tim. Facts. Appreciate that. Tim, he creates a shitload of jobs. What is better in this life than that? Creating a shitload of jobs is not something, what I want to say, to triumph in itself. Because Amazon, let's take Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos with Amazon creates a shitload of jobs. Amazon is known as a job that don't pay you very well. Okay, Walmart, that family created a shitload of jobs. Created a shitload of shitty jobs. Not only that, but you're also getting rid of a whole lot of brick and mortar stores and things like that. They can't compete with your big business, and you're replacing them with these jobs that pay less. You're creating a bunch of shitty jobs. Like working for UPS as a driver paid a lot more money than working for Amazon as a driver. UPS is union. They have pensions and all that. You go work for Amazon, you're a contractor, 1099. It's way less. It's like suggesting that Uber or Lyft creates a ton of jobs. When you compare what the drivers are making to what used to make driving for a taxi cab, it's significantly less. Yeah, they're creating jobs, but they're also killing a lot of jobs. And what they're replacing them with ain't shit. And it's the same way with Walmart. Walmart got rid of all of your Circuit Cities and Kmart's, and those jobs used to pay more than what Walmart pays. That's not something you want to champion. Yeah, we're creating jobs. We're going to destroy all of the mom and pop and smaller business and create one big business, and we're going to pay everybody less and say we're creating jobs. No, you're creating worse jobs. Hell of a lot of folks working at Walmart are getting SNAP. That ain't something great to brag about. So don't do the shitty job. Go get you a better job. Okay, fair enough, but then that takes away what you were originally trying to do, which was give credit to people creating shitty jobs. Now you're on it. Now you don't move the goalposts. Too many people want lazy jobs that pay career wages. I don't know what your definition of a lazy job is, but I'm just going to say this. If you go to work and put in a genuine 40 hours a week at a job, that job should pay you at least enough to eat and put a roof over your head. I'm not saying you need to live in a mansion. I'm not saying you need to eat lobster and steak every damn day. But the fact that you can actually go and work 40 hours a week, sometimes even more, and not earn enough to even buy food and a roof over your head is insane. There needs to be a floor for where jobs cannot go below. And the current floor is too low. That's where the problem is. Everybody has this mindset, particularly on the right, that anybody receiving assistance is not working. It's a whole lot of jobs out there that don't pay you enough to feed your family. I'll go to the next caller. Tap the screen, get the likes on up to 195. What I always bring up, the example I always use is the Dollar Trees, the dollar stores, the Dollar Generals. They're open to 9, 10 o'clock at night in many places. Them are not kids working in there. Them are grown adults working in those stores. Some of them have a child or two. Single moms, the wife of a family. These are adults working in there. Anybody, when you go to one of those stores, anybody that rings you up, they don't make enough money to take care of themselves. Chances are that cashier that's in that Dollar Tree, Dollar General, that person's receiving SNAP. That job ain't paying enough to feed them and put a roof over their head. Not even an apartment. That job is not paying enough. That's an adult working behind a register ringing your shit up. That job does not pay them enough to take care of their basic needs without getting SNAP or some assistance. And there's a ton of those kind of jobs out there. Ton of them. Is it a lazy job, as one of my viewers said? I'll leave it up to you. But I'm simply saying, in Kettle Brew, thank you very much. Might help me complete that goal. Thank you. But what I'm saying is there's a ton of those jobs out there. It's a good chance the guy who drives your kid to school, your kid gets on the school bus in the morning, that guy ain't making enough money driving that bus to feed his family and to put a roof over his head. That job don't pay enough to do that. And there's a ton of those jobs. These aren't burger flippers. These aren't teenagers. These are people that are doing what you told them to do. Go out and get a fucking job and earn your way. Those jobs ain't paying enough. And there's a heap of those type of jobs out there. Anyway, looking in the comments, there's no lazy job if it is work. A CEO is a lazy job. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And this is crazy here. Draco says the average salary for a Walmart is $128,000 a year. How much do you want? I'm just, look. Draco, I ain't never called you dumb, and I'm never going to call you dumb. But if you believe the average salary for Walmart employees is $128,000 a year, I could drop you off at any Walmart in existence, and you probably would not be able to find a single person in that Walmart that makes $128,000 a year, unless maybe the general manager happened to be in that store that day. The reason the average salary for Walmart is $128K is because they're factoring in the CEO salary. I could have a staff that is 200 people, and all of them are making anywhere between $30,000 a year to maybe $80,000 a year. But if the CEO walks in the building and he's making $100 million, now the average salary for those groups of people is going to be in the millions because they're factoring in his shit. It got nothing to do with the workers. You're just taking a few people who make an astronomically high amount of money, and they are what is fucking up the average. The average salary for Walmart employees is not 120. Let me go back to the box. Can't even believe you typed that in. Looking into the comments, we'll go to King Finn. Good evening, King. Giving the people what they want. It is King Finn. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
128,000 to work at Walmart. What say you?
You know that's some bullshit. I ain't gonna play my music tonight. You know what? I gotta give you something. I gotta give you some credit today.
Gangsta Grandma didn't give me shit, so give it to me.
Gangsta Grandma didn't give you shit. But I give you some credit today. You actually weren't fluffing today. You didn't fluff.
Thank you.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You didn't fluff today. Today looked like the day you actually realized that you can't always defend this bullshit, right? You can't defend the shit that came out of his mouth today.
No, I
You can't
can't.
defend the shit that came out of Christy Noem's mouth, can you?
I don't even think, you know something, I'll even go one further. I don't even think MAGA Reacts was able to do it, and he was trying. He was even forced to admit it.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know I keep it a buck with you. That motherfucker gonna get somebody's life taken down for the misinformation and come out his fucking mouth. I'm serious.
What did he say that was that bad?
Any fucking fact. Yes, that shit is that fucking bad. He twists like a motherfucking pretzel every fucking time. He will start with some shit and finish with some shit. In between there, he done skipped in between Timbuktu and to the fucking Lou. He don't even know what he be talking about.
Luna Sloven says MAGA Reacts is a white nationalist. I don't believe that. You don't believe
MAGA Reacts is a fucking nut bag. A bag of mixed nuts.
He just happens to be MAGA with a little bit of right-leaning opinions.
You know what? I would be able, any other time, I would probably just categorize that as some dumb hillbilly hick. But this motherfucker keep telling me he in Florida and he's Egyptian. Obviously, you don't know a couple different things. Because obviously, you don't realize that your ass is next. Look at the countries that they're kicking out. Who you think going next?
That's a good point.
He just said he's denaturalizing citizens. Yep. Who does that? I wonder who does that entail?
That is a good point. And Jeremy, who's also MAGA, he said he's Colombian. That is a good point because Trump just announced that he's going to start reviewing green cards and things like that from countries of concern. And Egypt is absolutely going to be one of those countries. And Colombia probably would too because he's going to bring up the drug trade. So both of them are MAGA and they could find themselves getting a letter from, the Homeland Security Department.
DSS on their ass. Anyway, I ain't even tripping on that shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him anyway.
So wait. When you say DSS on their ass, because there are people who dox folks by calling but hold on. There are people who dox folks by calling DHS. Like, let's say a woman that has kids and you want to fuck with her, you call and tell DHS that she's not treating her kid. Is it possible we could find ourselves getting to a point where people can dox immigrants by calling DSS or calling somebody on them and saying something?
Do you remember that story in Chicago? I'm gonna honestly answer that question. Yes. You remember that story in Chicago that broke about the Black Hawk helicopter hitting him sending the ice in there to the kids in the morning and all that shit. Mm-hmm. Right. Remember what I told you the next day after that shit happened to look into what was her name? Trinity Flood? Or Trinity, what was her last name? I think her name was Trinity Flood. Okay. So if you continue to watch into that story, you know that the only reason she did that was to get rid of that building to turn it over to the city controller, right?
Yeah, I heard that story. So that's kind of what we're talking about.
That's true. That's actually true because she did that same exact thing. Like I told you, there was a video that the occupants of those apartments put up that same morning when they got back to the apartment. There were budget trucks waiting outside with their shit in them.
How is this any different than calling the Gestapo to report that there may be a Jew in the house?
My point exactly. My fucking point exactly. There you go. Here's your sign. Like Jeff, I forgot my man, the comedian that said,
Foxworthy, Jeff Foxworthy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm starting to hear is that if you don't like your neighbors, if you don't like your Hispanic, you can just call and say somebody's in that house illegal and dox that whole home. And all of a sudden, a bunch of ICE agents show up and...
Why not? Get rid of them. Also, the beginning of the show, because I've been listening and waiting, because you seen me I was cussing that motherfucker, huddle him out. I've been cussing and snapping and raising hell in the comments since the beginning of the motherfucking show. No, the fuck you didn't. First of all, let's go here, because I actually have the facts, because I live in Minnesota, right? So here's the actual number. So the population in Minneapolis is actually 86,610, which is actually just 1.12% of the whole population of the state of Minnesota. Now, in America, total of Somali people in America, there's a little bit under 180,000 people, which means, yes, Minnesota does have the largest population of Somalian people here. While, unfortunately, nationwide and in Minnesota, white people are still the biggest number, the biggest percentage of people on SNAP benefits. So please, any of y'all saying that ignorant ass talking point, fuck off with it. Because it's not real. It's not true.
And,
right?
and real quick, it looks like they've already called that Tennessee race for the Republican candidate. It looked like it was low 50s to high 40s, so 52, 53% of the vote. Right now, they're saying 78% is in. The Republican Van Epps is 52.1% of the vote, and the Democrat has 46.8. So it was close, but it does look like the Republicans going to win.
With 78% of the polls polling or the polls in, that's still actually very close.
They've already called it for him, though.
We'll see. Yeah. They did the same thing in plenty of other elections. Also, going further on that, let me see, what was the other thing? There was something else that I heard earlier that pissed me off about about people receiving SNAP benefits. So 35.4%. That's actually white people make up that biggest margin, like I said earlier. Also, the other thing I wanted to bring up was I heard somebody talking about the forefathers and the forefathers.
Yeah, that was Christy Nome said that. Yeah,
right. We're in the Constitution or the Proclamation. Where did that have benefits at? Because I don't remember those people having benefits, did they?
What do you mean benefits? Oh, you mean I don't. No, that benefit. Yeah, that stuff didn't even come around until damn near FDR or something like that. A couple hundred years later. Yeah.
It was washing their ass with rope.
She did not specify which countries she was referring.
They cows drink.
Yeah, she said in her post, she said our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and the unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our homes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to America. Yeah, there was no benefits during the time of the Founding Fathers. In fact, for 100, probably 200 years damn near after, because benefits in being able to assess welfare and stuff like that stuff didn't come around until well into the 1900s. So, yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
Last thing I wanted to kick off before I jump off of this motherfucker really quick and go back to also I did want to tell you thank you for coming through the Chunkies live the other day. We really enjoyed that. That was really cool. I appreciate you for kicking it with us. And you are definitely more than welcome. I mean, from me and from Chunky, you're definitely more than welcome at any time to come on back through and kick it with us. The other thing I was going to say is, did you hear the story about Trump, about Costco suing Trump?
Yeah, I've heard. What are they suing? Is it the tariffs?
It's for the tariffs.
Yes.
$9 billion.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard about. I mean, and that could. I don't think they're going to win because if they win the tariff war on Trump, I mean, it'll bankrupt America. We'd have to pay all those tariffs we've been charging those countries back.
It's too late. He hasn't even paid the contractors for the White House. That's where they're not finishing the work on the White House. It's a blue tarp on the East Wing, Tim.
Is that for real?
East Wing.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it's a fucking blue tarp on the East Wing, bro. What are you talking about?
No.
This is what it's doing.
That can't be for real.
No, dude, when people see this is the problem I be having with MAGA, especially these goofy motherfuckers you be on here with. They twist themselves into fucking pretzels trying to make this shit make sense. It doesn't make any sense because the motherfucker wasn't paying the contractors. You telling me they don't stop the work on? I can't.
I need to see a news story on that. I can't believe they're having trouble paying the contractors off.
It's a blue tarp on that bitch, and it's gonna be a blue tarp on that bitch because the investors that was paying for that shit are backing the fuck out. So guess what? He ain't paid the contractors. The investors are bagging out. The White House is gonna be fucked with a blue tarp over it all fucking winter. Tell me I'm lying. Go look it up and tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, I see in the comments somebody says, yes, there is a blue tarp. My cousin lives in Washington, and it's true. But it can't be due to not paying, really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Name another reason.
The weather. The weather is why it's a tarp on it.
No, dude, are you serious? I used to do utility location. They can put the motherfucking White House under basically a fort, a taped off motherfucking fort and work on that shit. Are you serious? It's the fucking White House. They have the Army Corps Engineers. Tim, are you fucking serious right now? Because of weather. Do you think that's gonna stop America? Not America. Not America.
That's
America. We got the best of everything, don't we?
They held up building the White House, really. Wow.
Yeah. Tell that motherfucker to pay his bills. Pay your tap, president. Pay your bills. While you sit there trying to kick out every motherfucking color of people. Pay your motherfucking bills. You lazy shit stain.
How about this?
That's the fucking problem.
G said the tarp was used to protect the visual structure from the elements, but the White House cited it as a hazard, while activists maintained it was a peaceful protest in their First Amendment right. So they said the tarp is something else. I haven't heard this. Now you got me wanting to look it up. I'll move it on, King Fan, but that's crazy.
Look that shit up. You know, they gonna fluff for him. They gonna try to make sure that it don't look bad. But we all know what it is. That motherfucker didn't pay his motherfucking bills. Pay your bills. Stop trying to kick motherfuckers out. And we told you this shit a long time ago. I remember having the same conversation. Me, Mike, a couple other Miss Mobetta, Keisha told your ass this shit was gonna happen. All this shit was gonna blow up in his motherfucking face, and we be looking at blue tarp, money lost, motherfucker still shucking and jiving. Is he not? Is he still dancing? As long as the hoofing is real, remember?
We talked about it, but that is crazy. All right, King, I gotta go. That's fucking ridiculous.
You know what I gotta do. You know what I gotta do. Yes. Have a good night. Fuck MAGA and fuck Donald Trump.
All right,
good night,
King.
my citizens.
Holla. All right, moving on with the program. Tap the screen, get us on up to 210. That is amazing. Wow. For such an awful program. I don't like doing programs on hate, but I can't deny this. This doesn't look like it's anything else, which is why I came on the program. By the way, normally our programs are indeed MAGA friendly. Future programs, I'm assuming, will be that way, but I got to call out what I see. Charles Mathis, rather, thank you for your support. We are MAGA friendly. We believe in letting everybody speak. You don't have to be liberal. You don't have to be an independent. You can be as far right, as far left as you want to be on this program. You can be critical of anybody up to and including the host. If you enjoy open dialogue from all sides of the aisle, feel free to follow the program if you're currently watching us live on TikTok, Instagram, or X. We're on X Live right now as well. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to the program. We're generally here most weekdays, so give your boy a sub if you're currently watching on X. MAGA React says also, no way in hell the blue tarp has anything to do with non-payment. I have a hard time believing it too, MAGA, but I've been wrong. I've had guests prove me wrong plenty of times. Mike does it all the time. But I think if the tarp was on the White House due to non-payment, the liberals would be all over that. That would be covered all over the liberal media outlets, The View and stuff like that, and I have not heard that. So just like when my other caller said that Maduro of Venezuela had made a surrender video, and that first thing I told him is I haven't seen this on any media outlet. If Maduro actually surrendered by making a video, the media networks would cover it. I watched The Five this afternoon on Fox. I actually watched that show this afternoon. That would have been the first segment. Maduro surrendering to President Trump. That would have been the first segment on the Five. It wasn't covered. So I knew when he said that, like, something's wrong. That didn't happen. When was America great, sir, says Carlton? Depends on who you ask. Look, right now, with the way we're doing immigration and things like that, and talking about getting rid of green card holders and brown and black people and stuff, look, I get it. It looks like we're rolling America back to some awful period in history. But the way I always answer, what does make America great again mean? To give it plausible deniability, I always say it means two-parent household, religion back in the family, that mom stayed home and raised the kids. This is what the plausible way I come across is how folks mean, let's go back to a period in American history that was great without it being racist oriented. But the more Trump keeps talking about this stuff, kicking people out, and it's hard to skip over the fact that what he is saying is starting to sound more and more racist. I mean, I can't. I've been defending Trump to the
he was
point where
referring to
nobody
back in
can.
June.
I've been defending Trump for so long. People call me MAGA, but I listen. I'll give Trump credit when I think he does something right. But the way these statements he's making as of late, I can't defend it. It sounds bad. It does. It really sounds bad. And certainly with Kristi Noem.
And Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced she's pursuing an expanded travel ban for people from a wide swath of countries. In a post to X, she said she just met with President Trump and is recommending a full ban on countries she says are flooding the U.S. with, quote, killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies.
What country is sending a bunch of killers to America? Like, what? I mean, who is she talking about? So there's no way for me to defend this other than suggesting it sounds like it's hate. Most of the killers in this country are people who have American passports. That's the people in America that are known for killing people. But we're going to ban the Afghans because one of them. So if the only way you can come here to America is that you and everybody else that comes from where you came from all have to be good. If one of you are bad, we're going to throw out the whole bunch, no matter how many hundreds or thousands of you there are. That's hate. That's hate. Because there is no group in America that is that perfect. So, yeah, I can't defend that. I can't come up with any other plausible way to describe that other than they've been looking for an excuse to throw out the Afghans, and one of them has given the Trump administration that excuse. Like I said, this is very Hitler-esque in my opinion, because that's exactly what he did to the Jewish people. Just started making up any excuse to treat them like that. It didn't take much. Just all you need is one of them. And by the way, America has a historical precedent of that. I mean, that's what happened with Black Wall Street. One person sparks people already hate this whole group of people. So if just one of them get out of line, it's enough to spark all of this violence and chaos to that group. They just needed an excuse. One of them whistled at a white girl, or one of them, stole something from somebody's car. It just takes one of them because we already hate them anyway. We just need one of them to spark it off. That's what this Afghan thing looks like. We just need one of them to do some shit to give us a reason. I can't defend that as being anything else other than hate. I want to defend it, but I can't. It's discrimination. One white person don't define the USA. If the white person is the president, he does. If the white person does, if a white person as president or as leader, let's say a governor or somebody, if one of them does, let's say one black person, I'll take it off of white people. Let's say one black governor does something that is discriminatory towards whites, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of black people that voted for the governor are all yelling, yeah, that's what we voted for, get him. And yeah, that's hate. That's what's happening right now, is that he is committing acts of discrimination, and a bunch of his supporters, yeah, get him, we voted for this. That's almost like the voting version of a bunch of tiki torches and pitchforks. That's kind of what that is. Get him, yeah, let's get him, go get him. That's kind of with him in the front of the crowd. It's a voting version of tiki torches. Like I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go down this route, but this stuff is terrible, man. This stuff is terrible. Look what's going on in the UK. Why would you want that in the USA? Because what's going on in the UK Grandmaster Enclave is exactly what we're doing in America. People suggest we don't want immigrants in this country because they're destroying the UK or they're destroying Germany. It's the same thing. You're pointing out a few people in the UK that's doing something wrong and suggesting that they're destroying the whole country. My guess is you could probably walk all over the UK and not be in areas where immigrants are doing anything wrong. If you focus on something, you're going to always find a bunch. I mean, there are people who think the LGBTQ, the transgender people, are taking over the country and doing all. I mean, if you focus on it, you're going to make a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know, but like I said, to me, this sounds really Hitler-esque. It really does. Just make up a reason to go after people, and there you have it. Let me look in the comments, though. You're mad You're mad. You're mad because you can't defend him. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm mad because it's happening in our country. I would rather be able to see. Look, I want to see good in everybody. I can't see any good in what Trump is doing here. Just like with the Muslim ban he wanted. There's no good in that. There's no way I'm going to believe that everybody that practices the Muslim faith are terrorists. So why would you ban all of them? I mean, we got more people in this country that go and pop off all of the kids at a school than we do Muslims committing acts of terror. You're harming whole groups of people for the actions of just a very, very few. Only way you would do that is if you already hated them. Looking in the comments here, moving on with the program. I'll go to the next caller here. I don't know what I'm hitting here, but why did I hit timeout on that? Sorry about that on YouTube here. Did TikTok just go down? Something is okay. Hang on a second.